at 4 a.m. lost power, and I think he said it was down to like 50 degrees inside. So he's here. So we are good. Hey, everybody. It's good to see y'all. Kevin Westall. I'm Leslie B. We got John and Tater and Mr. C and all the gang. True Crime Wifey, Deidre. So good to see y'all. Thank y'all so much. Pumpkin Porter. Yay. Beach Bum. And Truth Seeker. Yay. I'm happy y'all are here. I think I got everybody real quick. So Kevin Westall, this is day 2 of us. We're doing kind of a, there's speed dating. This is like speed trial. So Law and Crime and Court TV, they weren't allowed to stream this trial. So they could record it, and then at the end of each day, they could air. So we're going to use their little condensed testimonies because some of them they kind of edited. And I don't think we'll watch every single one, but I've got it at 1.25 speed, which seemed to work yesterday. So yesterday we saw the opening statements. We heard from both the daughter and the son. We heard from the victim's mother. So Marcy West was murdered by her husband, Kevin West, and he was in the middle of an affair. We've also heard from paramour, Cynthia Ward, who he was engaged, is engaged to, probably going to end now that he's in prison. So, but we are going, thank you for liking the video. I appreciate that. I always forget to say, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. It's free. We're going to hear from Kevin's mom and sister. So in the picture on the thumbnail for this, you see Kevin like reaching back and holding someone's hand. That's his sister and Amy, I think is her name. And they're holding hands, which is ridiculous that they even allowed that. And as soon as they read the verdict, like they just kept holding hands. That would not have gone down in Judge Everett's courtroom. I think we all know that. So, all right, we'll get started. If you haven't watched any of this, you're in for a real treat.
Now that you're seated, please state your name in full, then spell your last name for the court's record.
My name is Lori Wollenweber, Wollenweber.
Go ahead, John. Okay. And now, is your real name Lorna or is it really Lori?
My given name is Lorna.
Okay, but you like
it's only on my driver's license.
Okay, so we'll call you Lori.
Lori.
Is that okay?
Thank you.
All right. Now, Lori, do you know Kevin West?
I do.
And you see him in the courtroom?
I do. My handsome boy right there.
Okay. And so does that mean he's
Okay, I know that's quick to pause. Did y'all hear what she said? Well, it didn't totally translate correctly on the closed caption. They said, is your son Kevin? And she said, yes, I do. I see him there. And it said my handsome boyfriend, but she said my handsome boy. Who does this remind you of? Let's just go ahead and say it. Donna and Charlie. And I would also say our dude, Brian Walsh, and his mom. These mother-son toxic relationships.
your son?
Yes.
And
This
And
is
nowhere-
Washington State, and it is the most odd courtroom. I mean, let's just look at the stand where the witnesses sit. So they have like this big stainless pitcher of, I don't know if it's water or coffee, and they've got cups. Then they have a monitor that's like right there. And then I can't figure out what that thing is on the ledge in front. Because I saw one on the tables where the attorneys sit too. And I didn't know. At first I'm like, is that a pencil sharpener? But it's not a pencil sharpener. Looks like a stand of some sort. Wonder if it's to like put notes. You think that's a tissue box? No, not that. That's a tissue box on the left, the white box, but the black, like red thing in the middle. No, it is very strange. But here we go.
Where do you live?
I live in Eugene
And do you live there with anybody else?
with my husband, Bill.
Is that Kevin's father?
No, it's his stepfather.
And do you live, besides your husband Bill, who else lives there, if anybody?
No. Well, I guess I should say our daughter is staying with us at this time. Health issues.
Is Eugene, is that where, have you lived there a long time?
All my life.
Does that mean that Kevin was born and raised there?
Yes.
And so you raised him all the way through school, turned him into an adult, and here we are, right?
Yes.
Now, when he was down there, I suppose he was a normal kid, went to high school, played sports and all that.
Projection, relevance.
And so, did you ever become aware of Marcy,
Oh, yes.
okay. How did you first find out about her?
Kevin transported, he was on a non-emergency vehicle at that time working, and they made several trips with patients to and from the hospital, and she was working on one of the floors, so he met her.
Okay. And do you recall first meeting her?
Oh boy, that was a long time ago. But yes, I remember meeting her. I think he brought her to the house.
Okay. Had you heard about her before you met her?
Oh, yes.
How much time do you think went by before you heard about her and then you met her?
Oh, boy. That's reaching way back. It was pretty fun.
Okay. And where did you meet her?
At our home.
And so your first meeting, got along with her just fine, I take it?
Oh, yes.
And now, so they became a couple as far as you know in Eugene, is that right? And how old was Kevin at that time, if you know?
My guess would be 19 or 20.
And how old was Marcy, if you remember?
She's a year younger.
Okay. And from what you could observe, did they start dating and become a couple?
They did.
And how long did they stay in Eugene before they moved away, if in fact they moved away?
I don't remember exactly, but Kevin was still in school getting his paramedic, and they did live in an apartment together. I suppose they were there for, I guess, maybe 6 months. And then he did apply up in Washington and came up here for training.
Okay, so you say he was in paramedic school, finished that, got a job up here?
Yes.
Is that working essentially for the same people he worked for up until recently?
Yes.
And now, did you attend the wedding?
Yes.
Where was that?
At McMillan's in
Okay, I Googled. I mean, I'm assuming this is right. It makes sense. Based on common courtroom technology in Washington state and similar jurisdictions, the red and black box often seen on a witness stand is a steno mask or voice silencer, which is a specialized microphone device used by a voice writer so that the court reporter can have verbatim record of the proceedings.
yeah,
Okay, Big McMiniman's place?
Yeah.
Okay,
Edgewood,
right.
Edgefield.
Okay, so they, now at some point, we understand they had children, is that right?
Yes.
And who are the kids?
Ted and Megan.
Do you stay in contact with Ted and Megan?
Yes.
And so, once they moved up,
Okay, for those of you that weren't here yesterday watching, she just referred to her grandchildren, Ted and Megan, who literally threw their dead mother under the bus on the witness stand. And I was thinking about it. I think Ted was trying to be the hero and be like, oh, it was my massage that did that to mom. So they ate Chinese food, watched 2 or 3 movies. He gave his mom a massage, and mom had a seizure in the middle of the night and died, 48 years old, because they think she ate potato chips and Cokes. And this is true. This is like the whole story. And it just so happens that her husband was going to leave her the next day. And he didn't want to have to give up half his pension. But as luck would have it, the wife died. I'm not kidding.
here, they got married. Did you ever come up to visit them?
Yes.
Now, how often did you come up there over the years?
Well, I would say we both visited each other. So we would see each other at least once a month. And they'd either come down or we'd come up.
When you came up here, would you stay in their home?
Yes.
And what was your relationship like with Marcy?
Well, I adored Marcy.
Yeah.
It was hard to get to know her though, and I kind of had to pull things out of her. It saddened me a little bit that we couldn't become closer, but she was, I think, shy.
But you liked her.
Oh,
Did she, at any point share with you any concern she had about any kind of pain or sensation she was having?
Sorry.
Objection hearsay.
Present sense impression. Okay, apparently I need to resolve an issue. I was able to Thank you all for the- Did Marcy ever complain of any pain that she was experiencing?
Yes,
And what kind of pain would that be?
it was chest pain.
So she would say, I'm having chest pain, something like that? And how often did that happen?
You know, I don't know how long it went on. I had heard about it through Kevin first.
When was the first time she said, I'm having chest pain? When was the first time she was experiencing that and told you about it? Was it like within 3 months of her passing, a year, just longer?
Oh, yes, within 3 months.
Okay. Did she also complain about experiencing a headache? Did she ever explain to you that she was experiencing a headache?
Yes.
And how often did that happen?
I would say frequently. I think a lot of people have headaches, and so I don't think she was real worried about it, but she got headaches.
Could she tell you, I got a headache, something
Yeah.
like that? And then going back, how far before the time she passed was that?
Further than 3 months. I remember when we went to Disney World, and I think she was having some headaches at that time.
She complaining about the headaches?
Yeah, it wasn't, I don't think that it was anything like migraines.
But it was
Who here thinks she had headaches a lot of times just to escape these horrible people? Oh, I've got a headache.
something that happened pretty frequently.
Yes.
Question from every officer.
In the 3 months prior to Marcy's death, how many times did you
So the wife supposedly had a seizure, as luck would have it, the day before the husband was going to file for divorce. And he was very bummed because she was going to get half his pension because he's been the fire chief on a salary of $160,000. And yeah, they just thought it was natural causes. They kind of trusted him because he was an EMT trained, and people gave some tips, and apparently the medical examiner took a second look, and sure enough, guess what? It was strangulation that killed her.
see her?
Well, I believe we went camping in August. We usually like to do a family camp in July or August, so I believe was then. And like I said, we saw each other, at least once a month. So then, I think Kevin went hunting, so we didn't see them again until Christmas. I don't remember Thanksgiving that year. I don't know if Kevin was working, but I know we saw her on Christmas
Okay. And was that at Marcy's residence or at your residence?
at our house.
And how long was she there?
We usually try to do 2 or 3 days.
Was she there for 2 or 3 days?
It's hard to remember. I'm not real. I don't know if I recall. And oftentimes she
I mean, wouldn't you remember if they were all there and how many days?
would stay with her mom, or one of the kids would go over with her and stay with her mom. But she was with us on Christmas, and then we'd see her again.
And then what?
We would see her again,
When would you see her again?
probably after their Christmas, or sometimes they would have their. Maybe I should say it's hard for me to remember 2 years ago. I'm not exactly sure, so I guess I can't say.
So it's possible that in the 3 months prior to her death, which was January 8th, you only saw her one time?
No, I saw her in August. We all went.
That's beyond 3 months prior to January 8th, right?
Right, because Kevin went camping. Yes, we probably saw her at Christmas. I don't think we saw her for Thanksgiving.
So you're saying at Christmas she was complaining to you of chest pains?
She wasn't complaining. I asked her about it, and I said, I'm concerned about you. I hear that because she and I didn't really talk on the phone, and we didn't really have that kind of a relationship. We texted about the kids and so forth, but health issues, she was pretty private. But when she came for Christmas, I talked to her about it. I'd heard from Kevin that she was complaining of chest pains, and he encouraged her to go to the doctor. And my conversation with her at Christmas was that I really wanted her to take it seriously. And she didn't seem too concerned, but I I just said that's just nothing to mess around with. You really should go to the doctor, but she didn't want to go.
So it sounds like you were more concerned about chest pains than Marcy was. Is that fair?
That's not fair.
Ooh.
What I am saying is that she didn't want to talk about it.
Okay. So exactly what did Marcy say about her chest pains?
Oh, I don't recall our exact conversation. I remember what I said, and I guess that's kind of everything. Sometimes it's been 2 years, so I don't remember what she said. All I know is that she didn't want to go to the doctor. She had scans and
Okay. And as far as the headaches, when was prior to her death? When was the last time that she reported to you that she was having a headache?
well, it would have been either, within the 3 months. It would have,
She's literally thinking, what did Kevin tell me to say? That's what she's thinking.
But just what was the last time before her death that she reported to you she was having a headache?
probably camping
August.
in August.
And you said that it didn't appear like a migraine or anything.
No.
Okay. And prior to August, when would she have told you she was having a headache?
I don't know.
Okay. So just one time in August.
During that time, I don't remember.
Okay. I have no further questions for the officers.
Okay, you complete your answer, Bill? No, but prior to the camping trip, were there other times that she complained to you of having headache?
Sorry, I don't recall.
Did she complain to you of having chest pains prior to the camping trip?
No.
Nothing else.
I'm still intending to offer the other.
No, not yet. Okay,
Bring in the dirt.
Welcome, Bongi. I like saying that name.
there you go.
Welcome, Roseanne.
So you say that you saw them pretty frequently over the years through the marriage?
Yes.
When was the last time you saw them? Together?
Together,
Yes.
it was at Christmas.
Was that in 2024, 2023?
23.
Okay. But before that, how often had you seen them, do you think?
Oh, quite often we go on vacations together, or if Megan had a dance recital, we'd be up there to see them.
As far as,
Nearly every month.
okay, as far as the relationship goes, how did they appear? Did they appear happy, not happy? What was your impression from watching them?
I believe Kevin and Marcy loved each other. I think they grew out of being in love. If that makes sense.
And
I think their marriage was
Sorry,
great.
you need to listen to the question asked and answer that question. Not being asked to give your subjective opinions, you're being asked what you observed. So re-listen to the question and then answer that question.
I'll try to ask a more specific question here. It wasn't always like that though. Like in the early days, was it better than that?
Oh, yes.
Okay. When, and did you see a change at some point in their relationship?
After they had kids.
And would you say they were an affectionate couple?
No.
In what way, why do you say that?
I think Marcy was very private and didn't show any emotions. That was just Marcy. And Kevin would always go up and, well, I shouldn't say always, but he would go up to her and hug her, and she'd kind of go, kind of go through the motions. But I wouldn't say.
You know that when someone that you can't stand tries to hug you and it's like, I mean, it's evident Marcy did not like these people.
Affectionate.
You say that goes back to about the time the kids were born roughly?
As they were growing, yeah.
And now the last time you stayed there at their house, you say it was at Christmas time of 2023.
True Crime Wifey asks, why isn't the prosecution objecting? These are opinions. My guess is because it makes her look back to the jury. You know, sometimes it's like, yeah, go ahead, dig that hole.
No, they stayed at our house.
Okay, oh, I see. When was the last time you stayed at Kevin and Marcy's before Marcy passed?
It was probably in the spring, I would imagine. Timeline of what we would be doing.
Yes, this is the defendant, Kevin West's mother. Her God-given name is Lorna, but she goes by Lori. And I agree with the fangs. I mean, good comment here for today. They are fangs.
Like I said, we always went to see Megan's dance. I'm sure she always had a recital at the end of the year. So it may have been June, I would guess, May or June.
Okay,
So
and did you stay overnight? Did you stay overnight that time?
Yes.
Where did you stay? Where did you sleep that is?
At their house.
I mean, what,
And
in their, where
we
in
have
the
a
house?
guest room
Okay.
upstairs.
Do you know where they slept?
Yes,
Where did they sleep?
in their bedroom.
Did they sleep together as far as you know?
Oh, yes.
And when you say they came down to Christmas to your place, where did they sleep at your place?
Well, like I said, I can't remember if she went to stay at her mom's. Usually she'd go over to her mom's.
Yeah,
That way she could spend time with her when she was in Eugene. So,
she definitely didn't like the in-laws. She'd go stay at her mom's. I don't blame her. Good for Marcy.
and we have a small home, so I think, Kevin and the kids or one of the kids stayed in the guest room.
Yeah.
As far as raising the kids together, how did they do from your observations?
Objection, relevance?
Staying next to the way the question.
Did you have a chance to observe how they as a team, how they would raise their kids?
Yes.
Welcome.
And what was your impression of how they raised their kids together?
They were good partners.
And you say the last time you saw them together was Eugene, Christmas of 2023.
Yes.
Okay, and they were still behaving as good partners, raising their kids?
It was strange, but
Strange?
yes, they were always good partners with the kids.
Now, sometime at your point you met Cynthia, is that right?
Yes.
When was that?
I was trying to remember, but I believe it was in the fall. I remember they came up and it was cool, and I know we sat out on the patio, so it might have been late September, early October,
Where did you meet her?
at our home,
Oh, so they came down to Eugene.
yes.
Okay. And what was your understanding of what their relationship was like?
Well, I knew in advance that he was seeing her.
So just to make sure everybody understands what she's saying. So her son is married to Marcy. They're married, right? And now the son is bringing his paramour to stay at mom's house. But you'll see in text messages, she's like, oh, I can't wait to have you all here. And just totally reinforcing this. If that was my son, I'd be like, no, sir.
I don't remember when they got back together. Might have been July.
Okay. But you met her, you said, I'm sorry, was it September you met her?
I believe it was early October.
Okay. And they came down to your place and you understood she was the woman he was seeing. She was a girlfriend. Okay. Did they try to hide that from you or were they pretty open about it?
No, they were open, and Kevin had talked to me about it.
And did you accept Cynthia?
I love Cynthia. I did. She's very personable and loving and affectionate.
Objection, non-responsive.
Yeah.
And you talk
Stand
about-
the objection, let the answer stand as is.
Thank you. Okay, now, without telling me what he said, did Kevin at some point explain to you or tell you about what happened the night that Marcy passed? Don't tell me what he said, just did he tell you about it?
Yes,
He explained what happened.
yes.
Now, how did you find out that Marcy had passed away?
Kevin called.
Okay, do you know what time of day it was?
I know, I'm sorry to pause it. Whimsical, you're exactly right. She couldn't resist watching today. It's shocking how coached. And that was all possible because he was out on bail this whole time. And you're exactly right. So that's just another reason. It's not just fleeing, it's conspiring with everybody about the story. I mean, they probably all got together and went over what they were going to say. That's a great point. Great point. Yes, and I agree, Tater. He was never told no.
Was there?
Well, he couldn't get a hold of me because I was asleep. It was quite early. And he did call my husband and got a hold of him. And I think by the time I talked to him, it may have been about 5 a.m. He was driving, well, he wasn't driving, his friend Scott was driving him and Ted up to pick up Megan at school.
Okay. And how was he on the phone? Emotionally, how?
Oh, just very distraught. They were very upset.
Could you understand him okay?
Yes,
But he's pretty emotional. Was
yes.
he crying?
Oh, yes.
And so after that, when did you first see Kevin after that?
That morning, I drove up.
Drove right away?
Yes,
What time did you get to his house? Or did you go to his house?
yes, I did.
What time did you get there?
I got there about 9:30 or 10.
Was he there?
No, they hadn't gotten back yet, but they might have gotten back at 11.
Were there other people around when you got there?
No,
Okay, so you waited for Kevin, he came back and take it.
yes,
Okay, how was he doing when you got back?
everyone was pretty upset, but yes. We hugged and consoled each other.
Did you stay the whole day?
I stayed longer than that.
How long did you stay at his house when you?
This was, I believe, a Sunday morning, whatever the 8th was. I stayed the week and then I went home and I came back.
So throughout that first day, everybody behaves differently. How was he acting throughout the day? Can you kind of generally describe that?
Oh, just thinking of Kevin. We loved her. It was very hard.
Objection,
But
non-responsive.
how did he
Also,
behave?
any objection, disregard the last comment. Listen, repeat the question.
How was he behaving emotionally? Just what did you observe of his emotional state?
Very emotional, crying, distraught. He was trying to console the kids. We all were. So it was a very tough day.
Would you say he was just crying and distraught constantly the whole day, or were there periods where he wasn't like that?
Well, there were periods he wasn't when he was talking to the kids or us or whatever.
Really good question, Whimsical. Do we think any of his family thinks he did it, or are they just covering for him and they're accepting it as truth? I don't know. I mean, I don't totally know, but I don't know how you could ignore an autopsy report with strangulation. But oftentimes the kids especially don't want to believe that their parent would do that. Now, I bet you mom just wants to cover, and the girlfriend or fiance. That's my vibe.
But most of the time, I would say, it's really, that was a really hard thing for him to.
While you were staying there that week, where did Kevin sleep, if you know?
I'm thinking that he either slept in Ted's room or on the couch.
Okay, not in the master bedroom?
No. So we had Megan home. No, not in the master bedroom.
Okay. Did he go into the master bedroom?
That was really hard. He had to, it was his shower, their shower, and his closet was in there. It was very painful.
Objection, non-responsive.
All of this responses, but you've answered the question.
Okay. Now, did you at some point become aware of the furniture being moved out of the bedroom?
I wasn't present when that was done.
You didn't play a role in planning its removal or anything like that?
I did.
You did? What role did you play?
I was trying to console Kevin. He, every time he went through there, all he could see, he'd just break down.
Objection, non-responsive, and hearsay.
Sustain the objection.
Okay, so, why were you trying to help him? You say you assisted, why did you assist him? You can answer that.
Objection to relevance.
I can.
Yes.
It was very difficult to sleep in the same bed that she passed.
Okay, so then you assisted him, how did you assist?
Well, I made suggestions. He never liked the bed in the first place, the frame, and came with the house. And he says, I never liked the bed anyway. I'm not sure Marcy did either.
No objection, hearsay.
Yes.
Overrule the, sustain the objection on non-responsive grounds. Ask the question again, listen to the question, answer the question asked.
This is kind of
I'm sorry.
tough, no, you're fine. And so you assisted, how did you assist? Just tell me how you assisted.
I suggested to him that maybe he could get another bed and put it on the other side of the room. He said he didn't really care. He could have it.
Objection.
Okay, so that's fine. That's a great answer right there. But you didn't actually help him move the furniture, right?
I did not.
Okay. Did you assist in getting rid of any of the bedding involved in this case?
On their bed,
Yes.
maybe a blanket.
Would it be a comforter?
Yes.
Okay. What did you do to get rid of the comforter?
Oh, well, I folded it up and put it in the hall closet.
Okay. Did you dispose of any of the bedding?
Not that bedding. My daughter did.
Your daughter disposed of the bedding?
I believe so.
Okay. Okay, all right, thank you. I'll just hold on the table that question.
Cross-examination.
Okay. Yes, JJ Ferris, I will. I try to do that, but I don't always. So thank you for the reminder to read comments before commenting. So people that are just listening, which I do a lot of times. Truth seeker. Yeah. Cognitive dissonance. I agree. No, Kevin West here for today does not have any criminal history. They just really trusted him because he was an EMT as well, because, fire chief, all that. But this lady is evil. And I feel like when she pauses and she looks down, I don't think she's trying to really recall her memories. I'm thinking she's trying to recall, what did we say for this? Because he was out on bond for like a year or more. So they've had all this time to all get together. When you're in custody, you can't do that because everybody's recording jail calls and all that good stuff.
You indicated that you were there at 9:30 or 10 a.m.
Yes.
on the 8th,
Yes.
and there was no one else there?
No.
Mark Woodland wasn't there?
No.
And on the 8th, after Marcy's death, did you observe Kevin speaking with Cynthia?
I did not.
So were you with him the entire time?
Well, no.
When were you first aware of Kevin's affair with Cynthia?
I believe it was late August or September.
Did you know about the affair when it originally began in 2004?
What?
I'm sorry.
Did y'all see that? I got to rewind that. If you're listening right now, you need to come right back to your screen. That was the bizarrest thing I've ever seen. And I'm going to turn it on slow mo. Just hold on a second. This is wild. I think I saw this like on a preview or something on Court TV, and I was like, I didn't see that.
So were you with him the entire time?
Well, no.
When were you first aware of Kevin's affair with Cynthia?
I believe it was late August or September.
Did you know about
Yes.
the affair when it originally began in 2004?
Oh my gosh. That could be like one of the wildest things I've seen. I mean, I think it's wild. Maybe I just want to pause it on that for a second. That was wild. It's almost like the devil came over her, or the pressure kind of hit like, oh my God, because this prosecutor definitely gets to her. Anyway, I don't know why I'm struggling getting the point back, but y'all have to see it. So be sure if you're listening to come back on about 37 minutes into this recording. One more time.
About the affair when it originally began.
You can, oh my God. It's paused on the screen right now. I mean, what is that? I mean, to me, this reminds me of, like the devil herself. People are saying, this is just crazy. A friend of mine, so I think I told you I went to a private Christian high school, and I had a friend, and I'm still friends with her, but she and her sister one day came home from church, and they were in the car in her driveway, and she said, like, all of a sudden they felt like this evil presence, like that made them like almost frozen. And they said it felt like there was like Satan or some kind of something in the air. I don't really even know how to explain it, but that is what I think of when I see that. I mean, that creeps me out. Wow. Okay. All right. We'll keep going, but thank y'all for humoring me for a minute. That is wild.
In 2004.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes. Did you know about the affair when it originally began in 2004?
I did not.
And you were very supportive of the relationship between Kevin and Cynthia, even while Marcy was alive, correct?
I was supportive of my son. I love my son.
And you were supportive of their relationship, correct?
I was supportive of my son.
And you viewed
She's like really trying to go toe to toe with the prosecutor. So you were supportive of the relationship. I was supportive of my son. You do not have to support things. You do not have to, you can tell your child, I love you, but you're making a bad decision. I'm not going to be around this paramour and whore, and you're just as bad cheating with her. Wow. Yeah. Stephanie Lazarus face. That's hysterical, JJ Ferris. I agree. It's terrifying, horrifying. I agree with all of y'all. And the mask slipped. That's exactly right.
Cynthia like a daughter even prior to Marcy's death, correct?
Later, as I got to know her.
But prior to Marcy's death.
As a daughter, it takes time to build a relationship.
Did you talk about wanting to adopt her as a daughter?
Mm.
I think we had a funny conversation about that because she was just a sweet girl.
And your son, Mr. West, expressed.
She's so nervous. She keeps like pursing her lips. And if you saw her look to her right, that's towards the defendant's table. So she's trying to get everybody that has testified for Kevin has looked over there. It's like they're seeking his approval because they've all been working on this clearly for the last year. Yeah.
To you that he planned to marry Cynthia prior to Marcy's death, correct?
I don't recall that.
And he told you that he had retained a defensive or an attorney for his divorce.
I know that he was planning to. We had several conversations about that. I encouraged him to, could I elaborate?
Did he tell you that he had met with an attorney and paid her $1,000?
Yes, he did.
And also that he provided that attorney financial documents related to the divorce.
I don't know.
And you knew based on your communications that he had every intention of leaving Marcy and moving on with Cynthia, did you not?
Not at that time, no.
Not at what time?
They were planning a wedding and it was very, very important to Marcy. Megan was getting married in July.
So what you're saying is that you thought that he was going to wait longer?
Kevin and I had deep conversations about that and he didn't want to hurt Marcy or Megan. He was,
Wait, so Megan, the daughter who was 18 during this and in college, was getting married that July? Interesting.
that's a really hard decision to make when you don't want to hurt your loved ones.
Okay. You knew that he was very unhappy in his marriage with Marcy, correct?
Yes,
When did Kevin first discuss divorcing Marcy with you?
divorcing.
Yes.
Hmm. They had counseling, I believe, 2 years prior. And they were trying to work out some problems. And he had moved out into a trailer, into his trailer on a friend's property.
This is 2 years prior to Marcy's death,
Oh, yes, it was 2 years prior.
so 2021.
Around there.
What is your phone number?
Do I need to state that? So it's
You're asking
public?
for her phone number today.
I'm showing you what's been previously admitted as one
Yes, Lori, give us your phone number because we want to call you. She's so mad.
78.
Okay. I don't have my glasses.
Is that your phone number depicted on 178?
Oh boy, that's really small.
Yes, Kevin's narcissist mom,
Yes, it is.
prosecutor advises her. You can
And
tell.
you indicated to the best of your memory that you got there at 9 or 10 a.m.
At their house on
on the 8th.
the 8th. No, not 9 o'clock. I wouldn't have gotten there that early.
When did you get
It
there?
was probably more like 10 or 10:30.
Is it possible
But
that
I
it was
said before, but I know
So for those of you that are in listening only mode, which perfectly great, I do that a lot. You got to go back and watch this lady's facial expressions.
that I think they got back about 11 or 11:30.
and you're saying you were there when they got back?
So yes, I was there.
Would it help to refresh your recollection potentially to review your text messages that you sent at that time?
You know, yes, it would. It's been 2 years, so please forgive me. My glasses.
Y'all notice that people on the witness stand will say things like that? Like Wendy will go, I have to tie everything back to her. That's never going to change my whole life. She'll be like, well, I don't know. It's been 4 years, or oh, it's been 6 years. Oh, it's been 9. And this lady, oh, it's been 2 years. They always say that, but then they'll remember like the stupidest stuff. And it's such a lie. And then when you watch people on the witness stand that you can tell are very honest, they just say, I don't know.
Okay.
If I may, Lori, would you say? Return?
Just reading. Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, and so this would be him. I'm not sure really what I'm looking at. This was on the 8th. And this is a text message.
And just so you know, Vivangi, none of us saw it live. It was not allowed to be streamed live. So at the end of each day, they would release the testimonies. And the verdict was just like 5 or so days ago. So it's fresh to many of us. And this was one that many YouTubers did not pick up. It didn't get a lot of press because everybody's been talking about the au pair trial. And then people are like, why am I watching this? This one was a good one.
Here, got in fine. Oh, yes. Okay, so that's me. Okay. And that was, does it have a time on here?
Let's see.
Very small.
Is it possible that you texted Kevin here, got in fine on the 8th at 2:38, almost 2:39 p.m.?
Oh, no, I was there in the morning. I was there before they got there.
And you threw
I
Mr.
don't
West's
know.
birthday party in January.
I'm going to rewind that. The prosecutor has her text messages, and it says, because she got there in the morning.
Very small.
Is it possible that you texted Kevin here, got in fine on the 8th at 2:38, almost 2:39 p.m.?
She texted him on the 8th and said, got here fine, 2:38, almost 2:39, but she says she got there at 9:30. I mean, I would think she's the type of mom that would text as soon as she got there. But to be fair, she could have thought, well, he's gone to get Megan. And then later on texted him. But it's strange.
Oh, no, I was there in the morning. I was there before they got there.
And you threw Mr. West a birthday party in January of 2024?
Yes,
And where was that at?
it was at Kevin's house.
And what date was that on?
There was an ice storm, and his birthday's on the 18th, so we missed his birthday. It was his 50th. And I just wanted to see my son. We were
The
in
question was,
Eugene.
if I could, the
Uh,
question is, what was the date? What date was the party on?
It was Saturday. Whatever.
Close in time.
After his birthday, and I just don't remember.
It's a couple
If
days
I could
after.
look at the calendar, I could tell you.
Showing the witness what's been admitted is 162. There's a calendar of January of 2024.
Thank you. His birthday was on a Thursday, and so it was Saturday the 20th.
Okay, so Kevin turned 50 on January the 18th. So Marcy was killed on January the 8th. And then on the 18th was Kevin's 50th birthday. So then on the 20th, everybody from his side of the family got together. And everybody on the witness stand has been trying to call it a gathering because it was solemn and it was not a birthday party. But when his fiance, paramour, whatever, got up there, she was like, it was his birthday party. She blew the cover.
And did you invite Cynthia to that party?
Kids?
Cynthia.
Oh, yes. So they make it a big deal that only family was at this quote gathering. But then Cynthia did come. Yes, Tater, after this, I'll be playing the father's testimony.
Yes.
And was that the time that the plan was that she was going to be introduced to the children?
That wasn't the goal, but she was introduced to the children. And
No, it's like Harvey's 50th was the Adelson name for the boys. So maybe Kevin's 50th was an early birthday present to himself. Pension, all for me.
as a friend.
Do you know how long it was after that that she was introduced as his girlfriend?
I don't know.
Was she introduced as a friend of Kevin's or a friend of someone else's?
His sisters.
And Kevin's your son, correct? And you love him very much.
Yes, I do.
And have you been visiting with Mr. West during this trial?
Not staying with him. No,
Have you been to his residence during this trial?
I have not.
When was the last time that you stayed at the residence that he shares with Cynthia?
Christmas. Oh, no, we didn't stay overnight. We just went for the day.
And isn't it true that you were not particularly fond of Marcy or their relationship?
And I wasn't particularly fond of Marcy.
Yes.
That is not true. I wasn't close to Marcy. We didn't have that close-knit relationship that I really wanted.
You preferred Cynthia for Kevin over Marcy, correct?
That's really rude.
Is it true?
No, it's rude. It's not that I preferred her. It's
Okay,
not.
you've answered the question. Do you
It
have any
wasn't my
additional-
relationship.
I'm sorry, you've answered the question. Do you have any additional questions?
No, yeah.
Redirect.
I love it. The prosecutor, you preferred Cynthia over Marcy. Like you preferred the whore over the wife. That's really rude.
Okay.
Now, Laura, you said that earlier, you were asked if you knew about the affair that Kevin had with Cynthia back in 2004. Do you remember being asked about that? You said you didn't know.
In 2004?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you tell me?
It's a bad question.
I'm sorry, she had something.
So you were asked if you knew about the affair that Kevin had with Cynthia about 20 years earlier. Do you recall that?
Oh, yeah,
And you said you weren't aware of that.
I was,
Okay. But you had become aware of that before today, correct?
yes,
And that's because Kevin and Cindy told you they had an affair
Yes.
back then. And then when you say they separated, you said it was a couple of years ago. Could it have been 10 years ago? From now? Okay. And you just recall that he stayed in his trailer on a friend's property, is that right?
yes,
You
she
said?
did.
Okay. So you remember it more by the event than the exact date.
Yes.
Are you aware of any other separations between them? Where they lived apart for a pretty good
A
period?
short time. At that time, they lived apart for maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if they separated.
Okay. That's fine. Thank you.
You call
No.
and the witness speaks to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, you're free to go. Don't discuss your testimony with other witnesses. You've been excused, so you're free to come into the courtroom and stay if you like. Your next witness.
Check the hallway, Judge.
That's a great comment. She's a Disney villain. She's literally a cartoon Wicked Witch. She really does. She kind of looks like the Sleeping Beauty villain or Cruella.
I recall Amy Davis. She was one of the-
All right, this is sister.
Stop and raise your right hand. Do you swear or from any testimony?
I remember I mentioned yesterday how they all wear their coats in there. So the son wore a parka jacket on the stand, which I can understand a little bit better. But the sister is in a wool. It's longer than a pea coat, but wouldn't you take that off?
Testimony you given this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you.
Yes, I do.
Good to see you.
Yes, how efficient.
Now that you're seated, please state your name in full, then spell your last name for the board's record.
Okay, Amy Davis, last name Davis.
Go ahead, counsel.
Good afternoon, Ms. Davis.
And she just spit out her gum. I hope y'all all saw that one. Like, wouldn't you think, hey, I'm walking into court. I'm probably going to do this in the trash can outside.
And Ms. Davis, what is your relationship, if any, to Kevin?
Kevin is my brother.
So you were born,
We're 2.5 years apart. We grew up very close in school. Our friends, we all have the same friends.
you grew up in Eugene.
Eugene, Oregon.
And now, at some point, did you become aware of Marcy while you were still living in Eugene?
Yes. It was in 2000, I believe, and she worked at Peace Health. And my brother and my dad at the time shared a house, and I met her first at that home.
At your mom and dad's house?
They lived, it was a duplex, and my brother and my dad briefly shared a space there. And I met her at that home.
Okay. And how was your first meeting? You get along okay?
Yeah.
And so now have you stayed in pretty good touch with Kevin over the years?
Yes.
And you understand he got married to Marcy at some point.
Yes.
Did you go to the wedding?
I did. I was in the wedding.
Oh, you were in the party?
I was.
Okay, where was the wedding?
It was at McMinimans. I think it was Forest Grove, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
It was one of the McMinimans. It was a beautiful wedding.
All right, so they got married. You recall when they had kids?
Yeah, I was present for Ted being born,
Okay.
and Megan. I was on the way, but I missed it with Megan. But I was there at the hospital.
And Now, when I asked you if you stayed in touch with Kevin, did you also stay in touch with Marcy over the years?
Family gatherings, camping trips, we'd go visit with them, and I didn't communicate with her, usually by phone, but, we saw each other, at our events that we had.
How close would you say you were to Marcy?
I wouldn't say we were close. I loved my sister-in-law, but we're just very different personalities. I love everyone in the room kind of person, and she's just,
Objection, non-responsive.
You've answered the question.
okay, thank you.
And now, did you see them often enough to where you were able to observe their relationship? I'm talking about Marcy.
Yes,
And what were your observations of the quality of their relationship?
it was strained.
Isn't it interesting how quickly she answers the question? Of course, this is the defense attorney questioning her first. So this is all so rehearsed. Primetime KCL, glad you're here listening, getting ready for football. Yes, it is a great case trial.
They had, good times, bad times, but it was very strained.
Was it always that way?
It wasn't always that way, but from the beginning, I feel like there was just very different interests, but they had lots of love for each other, and we saw that through the kids, and she poured everything into her kids.
Okay, so Marcy cared a lot about the kids.
Absolutely.
Okay. And you're saying that together they raised the kids well?
Yeah, they both were, invested in their kids. Kevin's an amazing dad. Marcy was very
Non-responsive and commenting on character and other potential.
I'm gonna let the answer stand over the objection. Listen to the question and answer that question, not just state personal opinions or observations about any party. So let's try again.
Probably one of my questions. So, do you recall a time when the relationship seemed to change? You said it was good in the beginning. At what point do you relate it to any events?
there was a lot of issues around she didn't like the fire department. That was always a big thing.
So was it when you went to work for the fire department? Is that what you said?
In the beginning, I think it was fine, but she didn't want any part really of the fire department, and she made that clear. I was present for arguments about that.
And did you?
I'm sorry, but that was good.
I bet the ex-wife didn't like the fire department because it's kind of a known thing that they're full of cheating men and women. I had a friend that was married to a fireman, and the stories, there's a lot going on there.
Oh, John.
Next question.
Now, for the years, did you have any time to spend overnight time at their home?
I did.
And so they moved away in the early 2000s, right?
Yeah, I'm not exactly one, but yes, you're correct.
Moved up here. Over the years, typically, how often would you stay overnight with them at their house, like in a given year or so?
A handful of times at least. When they were at their first home, I stayed quite a bit. My daughters.
And then when you, at the last home, do you remember the last home they lived in?
Yeah.
You remember when they moved in there?
The one on in the newest.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I don't recall exactly. It might have been 20. I don't know. I shouldn't speculate. I apologize.
From the time they moved in until Marcy passed away, were you staying there fairly regularly for whatever period of time?
Yeah, again, a handful of times I was there, but I can't tell you how many times.
Where would you sleep when you're there?
I would usually sleep in the guest room. I pretty much slept in every room, but I would usually sleep in the guest room, up the stairs right to you turn right and go straight back.
Okay. And did you go up there with anybody else, or was it just you?
It was usually my three daughters. Now they're adults, but yeah. Usually it was Katie and Allie, my middle and my youngest.
And so when you stay there, would you say it was I'm trying to get an idea how often you stayed. Was it every month, every 6 months? How often did they fall around?
Maybe 2-3 times every maybe 4 to 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. I honestly can't put a exact, but it's more, I would say anywhere between 5 and 10 times.
Okay. Every other month, something like that?
Something like that.
Okay. And would you stay for just one night or 2 nights?
No, we'd usually go out for at least Friday through Sunday, or we'd stay a week or.
And when you would stay there, you say you'd sleep in the guest room or some other spare room.
Yeah.
Where did Kevin and Marcy sleep?
They slept in right up the stairs, and there was our master right there at the top of the stairs.
So when you go up the stairs and immediately to the right is the guest room,
Uh-huh.
and then take a left and to the right, that's the master room.
Correct.
And you were aware that they were sleeping there together.
I was some time ago, yeah.
Okay. When was the last time you stayed there?
Last time I stayed there, I was there quite frequently.
I
After,
mean,
I'm sorry,
the last time before Marcy passed away, when was the last time you stayed, if you recall?
I believe 2 months prior.
Okay. And at that time, where did you sleep?
I might have slept in the guest room, but if my mom and my stepdad were there, they would be in the guest room, and Ted, I'd always usually sleep in his room, and he would sleep on the couch probably.
If you know, where did Kevin and Marcy sleep?
I'm sorry,
If you know, where did Kevin and Marcy sleep?
in the master bedroom.
And you say that was within a couple of months of Marcy passing, or was there an event?
I don't know why this attorney's making such a big deal that they were sleeping in the same room together, because we already know he was having an affair. So I don't know what that's supposed to prove to any of us.
I don't recall when I I honestly don't remember the event I was there. I know I was there for Megan. She had a dance recital. Cannot tell you what month that was in, but it wasn't that far back.
Okay.
And my parents were there. Yeah, I was there.
And when was the last time you saw Marcy?
Christmas Day, 23.
Okay. Christmas Day, and where was that?
That was in Eugene, Oregon, at my mom and my stepdad's house.
And so Christmas Day, how did they seem together on Christmas Day?
Like usual, how it seemed very strained, but that was normal. She would be on one couch, she'd be on the other. Sometimes they'd be together.
Okay.
Yeah, strained,
Kind of had its good times, its bad times?
like any relationship. Yeah,
Okay. And so now you've met Cynthia Ward, is that right?
I have.
When did you first meet her?
I hear for today's asking the timestamp for the mother's devil face. So when I looked, it was like 37-ish minutes after we started the live stream. So look around there.
I first met her. I don't have the exact date. It was before the gathering on the 20th, maybe a few days before.
They've all had the same story. Megan, yeah, we went for Megan's dance recital, and now this sister is all about the gathering, which we all know was a birthday party. But you can tell what they have been rehearsing.
Okay, when you say the 20th, was that, I guess, kind of a birthday party for Kevin?
Yeah, I wouldn't categorize it as a party, but no one felt like a party. But we did get together. Kevin's birthday was on the 18th. We missed it. There was an ice storm and Marcy was passing, but we were there on the 20th. It's when the roads cleared up.
You say it wasn't really a party.
No.
So what was the intent of the gathering?
The intent of the gathering was just to come together, love and support Kevin, my niece and nephew. His birthday, of course, was, like I said, his 50th was the 18th. And it was just us coming together. And we were aching for all of.
You know what I would ask if I was the prosecutor? Did y'all have birthday cake? Or I would say, what flavor cake did y'all have? Like, did you have a big old cake? I would ask, what flavor cake? Because that would get them, like chocolate. Yeah, so fake. And I agree, primetime KCL. Had Kevin been in jail while he awaited trial, he wouldn't have been able to live with his mistra and collude with these witnesses. Absolutely. But yeah, we're gonna see some coworkers testify that are not agreeing that everything was fine, like his family states.
And we just wanted to be there and love and support everyone.
Was there any discussion of Marcy? Don't tell what anybody said, but was there any?
Absolutely.
Okay, so kind of reminiscing that kind of thing?
Yeah, we laughed, we cried, we shared stories.
Actually non-responsive.
So when, now you say that's where you met Cynthia, or you met her earlier?
I met her, like I said, I'm sorry, I don't have the exact date, but I think a few days before the gathering,
So-
maybe 5 days at the most.
So the first time you met her was after Marcy passed away.
Correct.
Did you know about her before that?
I did.
Like how far back was it that you heard about her?
So I, in my state's interview, it's sometimes, I think September, October, I'm not clear on it, but I believe it was at the very end of summer in September into October, but I don't know exactly what date.
Okay, and how did you find out?
My brother told me.
And were you aware that it was a romantic relationship?
Yes.
Did you try to hide that from me?
No.
And so you meet her a few days before this gathering, this birthday / memorial that you're talking about. And you'd already met Cynthia before. And whose idea was it for her to be at the party if you know?
Yeah, my mom presented it to me, and I thought it was a a great idea. I just wanted to do whatever we could to wrap Kevin up and the kids.
And now, how was she presented to the group, if you recall?
I do recall she was presented as, I introduced her as my friend.
Okay, which is not entirely true, is that?
I didn't have a long history with her, but there was an instant connection. So I consider her my friend even at that time.
Why did you present her as your friend?
I felt that it was appropriate, that I stand by that decision. It was more comfortable that way. And at the core of their relationship, Kevin and Cynthia, there was a deep friendship, and it wasn't anything romantic. Yeah, sorry.
So,
I mean, I can't believe they're letting her like say all that kind of stuff. Now that's ridiculous. Like she's trying to testify up there about how good their relationship was. Taterbug says, I wonder if him being the firefighter chief had any bearing on him getting bond. That's a great point. And I would say probably yes.
were you trying to spare anybody's feelings?
It just wasn't my story to tell, and that's up to Kevin. And I just thought it was my idea, and it was appropriate to do it that way. And then when he was ready, then he could tell his story.
Were you under the impression that his kids knew about it before the party?
No.
You don't have, or you did not think they knew?
No, I didn't think they knew. I didn't ask either.
Did you become aware of them figuring it out at the gathering?
I didn't become aware of it. I can't speak for if I wasn't there for it, but I don't know when that conversation took place with his kids.
So how did you find out about Marcy passing?
My mom called me early in the morning on the 8th, and she told me, and we were staying.
Where were you at that time?
I was in Eugene, Oregon.
Were you staying with your mother at the time?
These people have no emotion either. My mom called me. Yeah, it was devastating. Not even crying or anything. Here for today are those white moles on her face. They're kind of like skin colored, and she probably has makeup on them. I'm going to tell y'all, I have something like that on my forehead. And even if you have that stuff cut off, it comes back. But then you also have like a big kind of dent. So I don't know. It's like you can't really win. And I agree, Tater, cults have gatherings. I thought the same thing.
No, my home in Eugene.
And so did you, what, if anything, did you do when you found out what you?
Yeah, I was just in complete shock. It was just gut wrenching. I didn't want to call my brother at that time, right at that moment, because I'm sure he was going, I can only imagine what he was going through.
So a question has answered that question.
Okay, I apologize. Okay.
So
So I called my brother, he called me, I believe, on the way.
okay, you called him when you were on the way there.
Sorry, I apologize. He called me in the morning when he was headed to get Megan. That's the first time I got to talk to my brother.
Okay, so he talked to you on the car ride up to see.
And Scott spoke to him. Yeah,
How was it?
he was, he couldn't even talk. He was so upset. And we were both crying on the phone. It was such a difficult phone call.
Did you go up to his house later that day?
I did not, for the sole reason that my mom and my biological dad were both heading there. Sorry. And I just wanted him to have time with them and with their son. And I
She's crying because she's like, I don't want my brother to go to prison. It's nothing to do with Marcy's death.
wish I could go back now because I would have been there in a second. I just wanted to do that.
I'll sustain the objection. You've answered the question. Next question.
So when did you see, I'm sorry, when did you see Kevin first after Marcy passed?
I went up early on the next day.
Okay, early in the night, what time?
Super early. I think we maybe left at 6:30, maybe before we got there in the morning.
Was anybody else there?
At the house or with me?
Oh,
Okay. My two daughters were with me. My middle daughter couldn't get off work at the time. So yeah, just us three heading in.
when you got there, was anybody else there?
I know this is mean, and someone's going to say, that's so mean. But Patricia Burns, it's hysterical about the sister that's testifying. She's had a facelift, and they used the skin from a dog's belly. And if Patricia Burns has the most hilarious comments I've ever seen.
Yes, my mom was there. My dad from Ben's West was there. Ted and Megan were there.
And how was Kevin doing emotionally that day?
Completely undone. It was a roller coaster.
Roller coaster. So sometimes bad or sometimes very
Objection,
emotional.
counsel testifying.
Sorry.
Objection, counsel testifying later.
I'll remove the objection at the first thing. He's asking questions. It is leading, so I'll just make the objection. on that.
When you say roller coaster,
It was crying uncontrollably, couldn't talk. Then kind of just
Evil as this woman is, she does have a cute haircut. It is similar to mine. It's a little shorter. Thanks, Blue River. Yeah, trying to rock my haircut. How dare her?
wandering around in the base, not even knowing what to do. Total shock. It was just gut wrenching, and just he couldn't save her. He couldn't save her, and it was so hard.
no, I'm not going to ask you to tell me what he said, but did Kevin ever tell you what happened the night with Marcy, which you asked? And you don't have to tell me what it was, just did he?
In a group setting, yes.
Okay, that was weird. Did he tell you what happened? And she said in a group setting. That is so. Is that because they all had the same story? See, you now think about things differently. After you've watched Veriscope and Trials, you think about things. But yeah, after this, we're going to watch The Dad.
Now, were you aware of any of the removal of the furniture or bedding from the house?
The bedding, the removal. No, I wasn't aware of it when it happened, but I did learn about it after.
Okay. Did you play any role in taking anything out of the house?
No, I did not. I did. I made the decision. We didn't know what to do. We just wanted to help, and I made the decision to go into the master and remove the sheets and wash them, launder them, and I'm just imagining.
Okay. Did you?
I'm going to say something right now. If my brother was married and this all happened, and I go over to his house, I am not going in to strip the sheets to wash them. I would be trashing them, but that's just me. That's.
Just the sheets, or did you do anything with the comfort or anything like that?
No, I didn't. Just the sheets, and I also disposed of her pillow. And right or wrong, that's what I did. I stand by that.
And
I mean, these little things she's adding in. I disposed of her pillow, talking about Marcy's pillow. Right or wrong, that's what I did. It's like she's defensive of it.
was that on the 9th?
That was on the night, correct?
And then have you seen Kevin pretty regularly since that time?
Yes.
That's all the questions I have. Just hold on, Steve. I have questions.
Okay, thank you.
Cross-examination.
Yes, thank you.
And Amy, as mentioned, you are Kevin's sister, correct? And you care about your brother?
Of course I did.
And you've spoken with him in the time since he's been charged with Marcy West death?
Yes.
And you visited with him?
Yes.
And you indicated on direct examination that you were aware of Cynthia prior to Marcy's death, correct?
Correct.
That's true. True Crime Wifey says they didn't take Marcy's pillow. WTF? Do you mean like as part of a crime investigation? I agree, because we watched the EMTs there yesterday on the body cam footage, and the police officer was like, yeah, I've got to, nobody can come back in here. So get all your stuff and get out. That's true. But again, remember, they didn't think anything had happened, but he was getting all kinds of favors.
And Mr. West also was texting with you prior to you all getting together on January 24th for Christmas. Or was he texting with you prior to that meeting?
Prior to, you said the 24th, and then you said Christmas, so you didn't know Christmas?
Were you and Mr. West texting prior to when you all saw each other on Christmas?
I imagine so.
And did he relate to you that Marcy was going to be there?
But Mark, I imagine so. I know my mom told me that as well.
And he had texted you, I just need help getting through this one. Yes.
I don't remember. I can look at my phone, but if that's what it says, then that's accurate.
And just, I'm not gonna read it out loud or anything,
Sure.
but would you mind just confirming that that's your phone number?
Yeah, that's my phone number.
And you had, and additionally, he had told you, I hate putting on a fake face, but it is what it is, and he would have texted that to you on December 24th, 2023.
I can't use my phone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was there a question? I'm sorry, I missed.
Did you have a text message from your brother saying, I hate putting on a fake face, but it is what it is?
I don't know. If you have a text.
Of course. You can take a look. This is 168, page 8, and it'll be on just the top there.
Yeah, you have the records.
Great. And you don't
Such a little passive aggressive. Yeah, you have the records. Like, you can feel the vibe from these women.
refute that that's a text message that your brother would have sent. It's just
I
a number.
see.
Yeah, I just don't have my phone. Yeah, but I do keep my messages.
Yeah. And on January 2nd, Mr. West, your brother, would have texted you about Cynthia, correct?
On January 2nd, how would I know that? I don't have my phone.
Sure.
I don't recall text messages from over 2 years ago.
Now, is this a text message your brother would have sent you? Cynthia sent this to me, says if you have any questions about setting up your profile, that you could call her. She can also fill out the form on her end to refer if there's a job you're interested
Yeah, it's
in.
referencing medical, because I work in the medical field.
Okay. And then he would have provided you with her phone number, correct?
Well, does it say that? Yeah. I just don't have my phone with me, of course.
Of course. Just confirming the places you're the one who was exchanged with. And now, Amy, you went to his house on the, would have been the 20th, correct?
The 20th is there.
And you had indicated on direct examination, you thought it was a good idea for Cynthia Ward to be there.
I wanted Cynthia to be there.
And she was there in her capacity to support Mr. West.
And all of us, any love and support she could get, yes.
And at this birthday celebration gathering, were his friends from the fire department there?
It wasn't an invite only thing, so no. It was,
So his friends from the fire department weren't there because it was invite only.
it wasn't a party. It was us coming together and supporting our family. It was not a gathering of a celebration. I want to be clear on that.
It was not a party. It was not a gathering, a celebration. It was just a gathering. Okay. This is what Kevin has told us for 2 years.
I understand, but referring back to my question, this event that occurred on the 20th, his friends from the fire department were there. We're not there.
No, it was not an invite thing.
And Ted was there.
Yes,
Megan was there.
of course.
And your mom was there.
Yes,
You were there.
yes.
Was Peggy there?
No, Peggy was not there. It was, no. That's a good question.
Was Marcy's brother there?
For one, he lives in Colorado, and I can't speak to why he'd even be there. It was our small family coming together.
I mean, she can't resist. She can't help herself. Sounds like somebody else we know. I got news. If I ever had to testify in a trial, I'm not going to get all feisty and on the stand. It's just not a good look.
It wasn't a
Okay,
party.
don't try to guess at the question's getting to. Listen to the question and answer it.
So at this this meeting thing on the 20th, Marcy's brother, you indicated that was invite only, correct?
I know I indicated it was not an invite kind of thing. It wasn't like that. If I said that, I apologize. I misspoke. It wasn't an invitation. It was simply, sorry.
Was Marcy's brother there?
No,
Was her sister-in-law there?
no,
Were any of her friends from work there?
no, it was not about that.
And it was just you, your family, and Cynthia.
And Caden, Megan's fiance, and Carter, my youngest daughter's boyfriend. All three of my daughters. What you asked? Who was there?
For such a solemn time, that is a lot of people there. And they were definitely drinking Bud Light and eating a big cake from Costco. Have y'all ever had their cakes? They're like this, they're huge and they're like $19.99. They're really good. Yeah, true crime wifey. Cynthia called it a party. That's the paramour. Multiple times. She was partying. I agree. And yes, Taterbug, she is totally lip pressing. And Patricia Burns said, stop shrugging, lady. You know, I do wonder, is that part of why she's wearing the coat? Because it covers some of it. I think it's weird she wears a coat on the stand. I mean, that is like full-blown big wool coat. It's not like a pullover fleece.
And you indicated when you had a discussion with us that you helped clean up the West residence when you were there.
Correct.
And you had indicated that you felt it was kept in poor condition.
It was.
And you attributed that poor condition based on your knowledge of both the people to Marcy.
What was the last part? I apologize.
You contributed the mess in the home to Marcy.
Yes.
And because you indicated that you keep a very clean house and Mr. West keeps.
That is not what I said. Would you like me to tell you what I said?
No, that's
Okay.
And
I
so
swear if I was a prosecutor, that's when I would like, no, I'll be asking the questions. When prosecutors say that, I'm like, yes, this girl, she's off the chains. She doesn't like it. See, this isn't scripted, right?
also on the 20th, on that event, was that event occurring in the garage?
It was in the kitchen and in the garage. And we usually congregated in the kitchen where Megan made a cake.
And was
Megan
Cynthia
made
in the
cake.
garage and in the home?
Yes.
Thank you.
Here we go again. Cynthia, that's the paramour, is in the garage. So what we learned yesterday is she likes to hang out in the garage. And as I said, you know what's in the garage? Trash.
Redirect.
Sure. Amy, the gathering on the 20th, you said it wasn't really a party.
No.
Was the atmosphere lively and fun? Or what was it like?
It was somber. It was,
Somber.
no one felt like celebrating. No, I mean, Marcy had just passed. We were all aching. We were all hurting. We were crying at times.
Appears to be
It was very
responsible.
emotional.
Overruled the objection, but the answer's been completed. Do you have additional questions?
Excuse me, Amy. Did y'all eat paella? Taterbug says, exactly, Leslie. Very hard to improvise on a witness stand under oath. Agree. Primetime KCL. I think it was a party to celebrate Kevin's birthday and Kevin being free of Marcy and to meet Cynthia and welcome her into the family. Completely agree. And at this point, let's remember they'd already cleaned out the bedroom, all of the, what's that called? Her clothing, Marcy's clothing. And he bought a new mattress, maybe a new bed, or they were going to redo the room. Suspicious.
Now, you said you attributed the mess in the house to Marcy. Why is that?
I said that what I said is that housekeeping was just not her strong suit. And it's always been that way from as far back as I can remember.
You've known Kevin your whole life. How's he? Has he
He's actually pretty clean. He did the laundry. He did the cooking. He would cook before he go to elk camp, make sure his family had food. He did the dishes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, yes. Marcy was a terrible homemaker. And yeah, my brother is amazing. He cleaned. He made sure the family had food before they went camping. That's good. It's good. It's great. Yeah, I agree. It's awful. It's all Marcy's fault, True Crime Wifey says. The three other able-bodied scumbags, husband and children, living in the home can't help keep house. Yeah, this is really sick. Really sick. All right. I guess we'll go to his dad's next. It's only like 22 minutes. Hold on. And then I thought we could watch the coworkers.
Now that you see this, please state your name in full and spell your last name for the court record.
Dennis, Cindy, West, W-E-S-T.
Go ahead, Malcolm.
Good morning, Mr. West. Good morning. Do you know Kevin West?
Yes, I do.
And how do you know him?
He is my son.
Is that him sitting right there?
That is
Okay, if y'all are listening, so this is interesting because I'm very into body language. And just so you know, he's wearing his coat on the stand. So evidently in Washington, they don't have coat stands. I always think it's weird when witnesses like carry their purse up there. But at the same time, like, where are you supposed to put it? Because you're sitting in the hall with it. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Stop and give my purse to Harvey to hold? But or whoever. But this guy's wearing his coat and he's got his arms crossed. So that's like closed off body language. So me as a sales director, when I enter a meeting and somebody's like that, my goal is to try to get them to relax some, you know, build a little bit of rapport. And you can kind of see when they unfold their arms and sit back. But just interesting, like you can tell, I think the body language is already very telling.
him sitting there.
Mr. Westward, where did you live when Mr. West was born?
In Eugene, Oregon.
And that's where kids are born and raised?
Yes.
And who were you married to at the time?
Lori Wolden-Weber.
And that's her name now?
That's her name now is Lori Jensen, then Lori West.
And so you lived in Eugene. When did you start living in Eugene?
1960, I was brought from Cody, Wyoming with my parents.
And then you got married to Lori, had kids?
Correct.
And how long did you stay in Eugene?
Until 1989.
What happened
We divorced Lori, and then decided to travel across the country. I was a critical care RN, and I wanted to work elsewhere and see what life was like.
there? Okay. And so where did you end up living after that? Or where do you live now?
I live in Bend, Oregon right now.
And over the years, now sounds like you've been gone for a number of years, right?
Bend, Oregon. There's a book, or maybe it was a crime. There was something big there. Does anybody remember?
Correct.
Have you maintained contact with him?
Yes, frequently.
How do you have contact with him?
Well, phone, we go hunting, fishing, of course, talking on the phone all the time regarding just about anything and everything. We just have got a very close relationship.
Do you know who Marcy is?
Yes, I do.
When did you first meet Marcy?
I met Marcy in 2000.
And what were the circumstances?
I was getting married to my wife, we are now divorced. Gay. Her name was Gay, Gay.
Right. And so Marcy came to your wedding?
Yes.
And how was she introduced to you at the time?
Just Marcy. This is Marcy.
Okay. What was the relationship to Kevin?
I believe that they were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time.
Did you go to the wedding?
Yes, I did.
Do you remember when that was roughly?
Well, it was quite a few years ago. I know it was in the spring, I believe.
And you already got married, they had kids?
Yes.
Do you know who the kids are?
Yes,
Who are they?
Ted and Megan.
Have you had a lot of contact?
Oh, yeah, they're from my dreams.
And so, were you familiar with the house that you lived in last, the Washington house?
Yes, very familiar.
How many times have you been there?
I can't tell you how many. I frequent a lot.
Did you over the years, did you get to know Marcy very well?
Yes, I did.
Okay, were you close?
She'd always give me a hug when I left or when I arrived, and come anytime.
And so when you would go to their house, would you stay overnight?
Yes, I would.
And do you know about when they moved into that house?
Oh, I can't remember.
How many years do you think they lived there? Let's try that.
I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 years.
Okay, so maybe in your recollection, moved in there about 2017, 2018, something like
Yeah,
that.
somewhere.
And how often would you stay over there?
Usually I would stay there for 2 or 3 days. Drive back and forth from Bend was long. So usually come over on Friday, go home Sunday.
And from the time they moved there till the time they moved out, you, I think I asked you how often you stayed there, you described the length. Did you stay once a year, twice a year? How many times a year did you stay?
Multiple times. Usually whenever I went hunting, I would stay there, and we went hunting every year together.
Okay, so far, this guy just coming across as telling the truth because he's not all scripted because he hasn't been hanging out, you know, with Kevin and everybody for the last 2 years. He's probably crossed off because I'm sure it's uncomfortable. And good point, Beach Bum, maybe it's cold out in the hall where they sit. That's true. I guess you just don't, come and get you and you get up on the stand, but I would be like, I got to remove my coat.
Be 2 or 3 nights sometimes.
So, and again, would it be like every month, every other month? What do you think?
Usually, at least once or twice a month, I'd be there.
Okay, for a couple nights each time?
Correct.
When was the last time you stayed there? I mean, before Marcy passed.
Okay, it would have been in probably September, just before we went hunting. Or
September 2023?
So, right.
Were you able to observe, I guess, kind of the nature of their relationship?
Yes, it had become a little not as open and everything. Kevin would try and give her kisses on the cheek, but she did that most of their married life. She didn't like outward motion at all. She just didn't. That was her demeanor. But sometimes we would leave without saying goodbye. We just said it's okay that she's doing her thing. And she'd be looking. 9 times out of 10, she loved the computer and would be watching what the kids were doing, their schoolwork, what they had plans. She was a hell of a planner. I mean, she knew exactly what was going on with Megan and Ted.
Now,
Wow. So Marcy was like invested in her kids and just didn't. She sounds cool with me. Is it her daddy Rakashani? I just want to say it right. I'm sorry. Thank you for telling me that. Safeway shooting was in Bend, Oregon. Patricia Burns, a crazy case here in the UK has just ended. A guy cut his wife's throat, then got his 9-year-old to stab him in the back and also to make defense wounds on his arms. It happened 7 years ago. That is insane. And yeah, I don't know, Beach Bum. Why do people not just divorce and instead go to prison? Because they all think they're going to get away with it.
Relationship, like you said, it wasn't as open. How would you, was it a good, I mean, how would you describe it? Was it a good relationship or not?
It was congenial. It was no, I never saw him having a fight in front of me. The only thing I did notice that there wasn't as much touching. But then again, when I did notice the touching, it caught my eye and I thought, oh, that's great, you know. But we go out on the deck and all 3 of us, including the kids, are just sitting in it, mostly in the summer, of course. After working in the yard, have a beer or she would always have her Pepsi. She loved Pepsi. And we just sit there and talk for a while.
Now, the last time you stayed there, where did you sleep?
I always slept in the guest room, which is right across from their room.
So you go
up the stairways, and that was the first bedroom on the right.
And would you be aware of where they slept?
Oh, yes.
And where did they sleep?
Directly across from that bedroom. They always had their door cracked about this much, made basically for animals to come and go.
All right. And so, were you ever aware of a time when you were there where they were not sleeping in the same room?
No.
How did you hear about Marcy passing?
I got a call from Kevin Valines at 7:30 in the morning on the day she passed, which was the 8th, if my numbers are right. And he told me that don't know what happened, that she had a seizure in bed, that Kevin.
Objection hearsay.
Okay. So Kevin Valines called you up about 7:30 in the morning and told you?
And told me, correct.
And you knew Kevin Valines?
Yes, I did.
How did you know him?
We went hunting every year, hiked into the wilderness area east of town, and we went to Idaho for 2 weeks, about every 2 years for 13, 14, 15 years.
Oh, okay. And friends of Kevin's, I take it?
Yes.
And besides you and Kevin and other Kevin, who else would go with anybody?
To hunting?
Yeah.
Oh, Scotty would go. We had a tremendous relationship with all of us enjoying and hunting. And we'd hike together into the woods, into the mountains of Idaho. So we did it together. We enjoyed each other's company very much.
I'm going to kind of go back just a little bit. In the time you've known Kevin, we all kind of know kids. Was he kind of a messy kid, a tidy kid? How would you
Objection relevance.
Stay.
When you went to the house, did you eat there?
Yes.
Who cooked?
Kevin,
Every time?
every time.
Did you see anybody cleaning in the house?
Yes.
Who did you clean?
Kevin.
Objection relevance.
Let the answer stand.
So you get the notice from Kevin Valines. Where were you at the time?
With Kevin.
Maybe Kevin told her, like, you're you don't know what you're doing. You mop the floor and you miss all this, and I'm just going to do it. Da, da, da. And she was like, fine, you do the cleaning. I mean, you know, we don't know. But this guy does come across honest, in my opinion. No, I haven't seen the prosecution questioning.
Kevin Lyons?
No,
Oh,
when Kevin called. you,
I was in Bend, Oregon.
Okay. And did you have any contact with your son Kevin that day?
Yes, I called Kevin on his phone. I talked to Scotty, who was driving Kevin to get his daughter. And he said he wasn't able to talk.
Objection hearsay.
I'll leave the answer to stand now, but don't relate things that other people said.
Okay,
So you said that he was on his way to Seattle, is that what you're saying?
yes.
Okay. And how was he on the phone? How was he emotionally? Describe his emotions.
Basically, crying, distraught. I can't talk. And I said, okay, I'll call you later.
Did you see him like that before?
No, not like that.
So you had a phone call with him, and what did you do after that? With regard to Kevin's situation, what did you do after that?
Well, I contemplated whether or not I was going to drive up there. I knew that there were some storms coming in and I have to be careful. I believe it was about 1 o'clock. I decided I was going to drive to see Kevin. And I took off to Washougal, went over St. Am down through Detroit and then Salem and up. And got to Kevin's about 7:30 because I had some truck trouble and kind of limped into his house about 7:30 that night.
Okay. And so you get there, how was he when you got there at 7:30 that night?
He really, all he wanted to do was hug first and cry.
And was it steady like that, or did it go up and down? How can you describe his range of?
It kind of was up and down depending on what we talked about regarding the relationship, Marcy, myself, hunting, trying to get him to get his mind off what had occurred, which was very difficult. Basically, just trying to keep him comfortable and calm. But he cried a lot.
Did you have moments where he'd smile?
Not a lot.
What were the moments?
There were a few moments.
Now, when you're at the
Sorry, John, that's funny. He says they are the West Coast Adelsons.
house that first day, did anybody else come by the house that you recalled?
Well, I got there late, and there was no one else that showed up that night that I know of.
Okay. Where did you spend most of your time with Kevin and the family when you were out there?
Of course, we took my stuff up in my bedroom. Ted always helped to do that. Then we basically went out into our fun area and sat and talked.
The fun area being.
The fun area being the garage, in which Kevin and I which I helped him build. It's kind of what you classify as the man cave of today.
See, I hadn't even seen this man testifying yesterday. I'm like, I don't know. Apparently the garage was like a man cave, which is just interesting. But sounds like that's where Kevin hung out. He was either at the fire hall. That's probably what it was. He wanted to make it like the fire hall, you know, how it's very dude-like. They've got recliners and all the stuff. But I mean, it's no wonder he and Marcy didn't have a marriage. I mean, it takes two. It's not just one person's fault. Her mom, Marcy's mom, is there in the gallery, and we watched her testimony yesterday. Sweet lady.
But Marcy enjoyed being out there with us and sitting with us. It was just we had all of our deer heads out there. For those people that don't like deer heads, I'm sorry, but we do. And we had that's where we had our cocktails and where we drank, where we had Pepsi, where we had water.
So I'll suspend the objection. The question's been answered. Listen to the question.
Okay, now I'm pissed because he just said Marcy had Pepsi, we had water. So evidently they zoomed him in for these meetings and was like, and we're going to talk about the soda she drank.
Answer that question. Wait for the next question.
Are you familiar with a deer with a bottle opener?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you know about that?
All I know is that he got it. It was in his room. He looked at it and he said, look what I got for our bottle opener. Never used it.
Just kind of a joke.
Sure.
Now, how long did you stay when you came out?
At that time,
Yes.
I stayed most of the month with Kevin. What day I left was after the ice storm, sometime 4 or 5 days after the ice storm.
While you were there, was there any discussion on what would happen to the bedroom furniture?
None,
Are you aware of the bedroom furniture leaving while you're there?
no.
What about any of the bedding, like sheets, comforters, something like that? Are you aware of anything happening with that?
Yes, I'm very aware. For a couple of days, he complained about he can't be up there and laying on that anymore. Well, finally, I got tired of hearing that. I went up, folded it all up, put it in a black plastic bag and threw it in the garbage.
Okay, so
Oh, okay. Wait. So didn't sister testify that she washed it and now dad is saying he went and stripped it and threw it in a garbage bag? It's very interesting. I think it's weird that he was sleeping on it.
when you say you gathered it all up, what is it? What did you put in the garbage?
I put in a quilt. I folded it. I like to make sure the air is out of it, and I folded it like I would fold my sleeping bag, and so it fit into the garbage bag, and so it fit into the garbage outside. And then I tied it up, put it in the garbage, and that's about it. I mean, there was nothing outstanding about it.
Was it clean when you saw it?
Yes, it was.
Like somebody had washed it?
No,
Now, so you're there till, you say after the ice storm or before the ice storm?
no, after.
After. So were you there when the family gathered for some kind of event on around the 18th or later?
I was.
What was it?
That was we wanted to celebrate Kevin, his birthday, and I believe it was a couple days after the 18th. I believe I said it was the 18th that his birthday was on, and we had the party then, but I believe I was wrong on the dates. I've been wrong on a couple of them. But no, it was basically the family wanting to celebrate Kevin. It wasn't for everyone.
Okay, so here we go. Dad is like, it was a party to celebrate Kevin. What we've been saying.
Everybody in the world. It wasn't for the firemen. It wasn't for anybody. It was just for our family.
Okay, just kind of your immediate family for the most part?
Correct.
And what was the mood like at this gathering?
It was solemn at first, and then once people started talking, we'd start remembering past things that we did. Ted and Megan fishing, or Ted going hunting, all of us sitting in the back.
So yeah, basically reminiscing on memories with dad. I mean, I don't think Marcy was going hunting. Kristen asked, is this a money case? Did someone get money? Well, so Marcy and Kevin were going to divorce, and Marcy was going to get half of his pension because he was about to retire. So that's what it's about.
Them going camping at the coast, and basically tried to do everything we could to keep it on something enjoyable in life.
Do you know who Cynthia Ward is?
I do now, yes.
When did you first become aware of her?
On the night of the gathering of the family.
You'd not seen her before?
I couldn't pick her out of the lineup.
Had you heard about her before?
No, I had not.
And what's your recollection? How was she introduced to the group, if you recall?
Well, it really wasn't to the group. It was individual. And that's all it was for me was just, hi, I'm Cynthia. I said, okay, I'm Dennis. I'm his dad.
Do you know why she was there?
I was told she was invited. And that's all I knew why she was there.
It was kind of a gathering for close family, just a small
Right.
group.
Church meeting.
Just a question. It's just kind of a gathering for immediate family. Did you wonder why she was there?
Rule of objection.
I did not know why she was initially until I was told that it was Kevin's girlfriend.
How did you find out?
Just general circulation of communication, people talking. No one specifically that I can remember.
Did you ever talk to Kevin about that?
After the fact, after probably the next day.
Did he try to hide it from you?
And
All right, that's all the questions I have. Just hold on right there.
Good morning, Mr. West.
Hello.
You indicated on direct examination that you stayed there for the majority of the month, is that correct?
Most of January.
What day would you have arrived? You would have arrived on January 8th then, correct, around 7 p.m.?
Correct.
And most of the month of January, from the 8th, you were there then also then on the 21st, when the 20th, when there's a gathering with Kevin.
the scattering that would have been at the garage where Cynthia was there, but none of Kevin's other friends was there, correct?
Correct.
And you drove up from Eugene, correct?
Correct.
And at the time in 2024, you retired,
I am not, yes, I was.
and you drove up your personal vehicle.
Correct.
And you don't have to give me too many details, but what's the make and model of your vehicle?
It's an F-150, F-150, Lariat, 4-door.
Were you were still at the house then on the 23rd?
Well, I believe I was, yes.
And you were then still at the house on the 31st?
That I don't remember.
Were you there when Detective Dean Tellison and Detective Zapata were there interviewing your son?
I don't ever remember seeing them. I couldn't pick them out of a lineup.
So you don't recall seeing them on the 23rd then of January?
No, I don't.
And the West residence is 4-bedroom, correct? There's like this Ted's room, correct?
There's Ted's room,
Megan's room?
Megan's room, their room.
And then
Guest
there's like a
room.
multimedia room.
There's a guest room and a multimedia that is also used for other people to see.
And so when you would go and stay there, you even called it your room. There's a specific place that you would go and you would sleep.
Of course.
And so if everyone was there occupying the house, they would all be in their respective bedrooms, more than likely.
More than likely.
Thank you. No other questions.
Redirect, no redirect. Get a witness speaks for you.
Okay, so that was interesting because Lorna, whatever her name is, Lori, was saying she was there in the guest room, but then he's saying he was there. The sister said she was there. I mean, where was everybody? This is the co-worker.
Would you stop and raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that any testimony you give in this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you? Sure you do. Now that you're seated, please state your name in full, then spell your last name for the court's record.
My full name is Kathleen Linton, Linton. I go by Kate.
Go ahead, Kathleen.
What is your occupation?
I am a firefighter with Kansas Washington Fire Department.
And what is your current role with Kansas Washington Fire?
I'm a firefighter, EMT, and a captain.
And what do you do as a captain with Kansas Washington Fire Department?
I feel like
Well, it's a regular duty position, so
I feel like maybe Court TV kind of already had it sped up. I don't know.
I'm on the engine every day, shift work, kind of oversee my crew, calls, station duties, those kinds of things.
Okay. And how long have you been with the Kansas Washington Fire Department?
Just over 13 years.
And can you please describe your educational background?
Well, I am an EMT basic for that, but prior to starting with Camus Fire, I'm a veterinarian as well.
And any prior related work history with regard to your work at the Kansas Washington Fire Department?
Not really. I was a volunteer for a little over a year and a half.
What sort of work did you do before you were at the Kansas Washington Fire Department?
I was a veterinarian full time, and then various jobs prior to that.
Okay. Are you familiar with a man by the name of Kevin West?
I am.
And how is it that you're familiar?
Work.
And do you see him in the courtroom?
I do.
Can you identify it by an article of clothing he's wearing?
Black jacket.
Let the record reflect the witness identify the defendant.
It's a
When did you first meet Kevin West?
When I started with the Camus Washington Fire,
And that was,
late 2012.
and how often would you interact with him in your time at the Kansas Washington Fire Department?
I was on his crew the first year. So,
And how about after that?
The occasional shifts. I mean, we all know each other. We work together. He was our union vice president for a while, so.
Was there a period of time that you were interacting with him more?
Earlier in my career, I was on his shift, on his crew.
How often were the two of you interacting, say, in like 2019?
Not a lot.
When you did interact with him, how was he speaking about his wife, Marcy?
In that time period, I don't know that we talked about it a lot. I know there was trouble in the relationship, and I think about that time period there was talk of him moving out and renting an apartment from a
I'm gonna
coworker.
object,
This is based on
I will
your system.
sustain the objection and disregard the last comment. Listen to the question asked and answer that question.
Around this time period, what was Kevin specifically telling you about his relationship with Marcy?
Not sure how to answer it with that. I did ask him at one point, because I'd heard he was getting a divorce and moving out. And then he made a comment, I was working, I believe, an overtime shift about plans they had in the future, and I did ask, are you not getting a divorce?
Okay, and what was his response?
He had told me that he had talked to a lawyer and that he would only have $1,600 or $1,800 a month to live on if he got a divorce, which seemed odd to me. And I did ask, like,
Objection, irrelevance, move to strike.
I understood that she was about to relate part of the conversation, so I'll overrule the objection.
She
That's
said-
the response.
She said it seemed odd to her.
She said it seemed odd to her, and so she said she was going to ask him something. So if it's related to your conversation with Mr. West, you can answer. If it's your own speculations or discussions with someone else, you can't answer.
it was a conversation I had with him, and I asked, how could you only have $1,600 or $1,800 a month? We make a pretty good living. I just didn't see that, and he just said he had talked to a lawyer, and that was what they told him, and that he was stuck financially.
Okay. And when was that conversation approximately?
I know it was before COVID. I think around 2019.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Isn't it funny? Like whenever somebody will ask me, well, when was that? Or I'm trying to remember something. I'm like, it was either before or after COVID. Like COVID has become the new benchmark timeline. Like my husband and I'll be talking about something. And I'm like, no, that was before COVID. It's strange. And I agree, Pumpkin Porter. I don't like this judge either. I mean, these people are on the witness stand. That's an uncomfortable situation. He could be kinder, more kind, whatever.
Object based upon relevance, move to strike that answer, 2018.
I overrule the objection.
Were you scheduled to work on January 8th of 2024?
I was scheduled to come into work that morning.
And did something happen prior to the start of your shift?
Yes.
And what was that?
I live in a location where I heard sirens going by my house that woke me up about somewhere after 4 a.m. I'm not sure what time. And you could kind of tell the difference between a nothing code 3 call and they're going to something by the sound of the sirens. And I kind of was like, well, I wonder what that is, if they have a fire or something. So I opened up my phone and looked at the call and looked at the call notes.
And when you looked at the call notes, what did you learn?
It was a seizure call. I thought, okay, and I was reading the notes. It said, I believe 48-year-old female having a seizure. I knew engine 41 ended up getting dispatched. It said it went into CPR in progress, which definitely caught my attention, because that's not a normal progression.
Objection, non-responsive.
Sustain this to the last comment. Do you have additional questions of the witness?
When you observed, did you end up going into work that day?
I did,
And when did you go into work?
a couple hours early.
And was that because of what you had observed in the app?
Yes, because I looked at the notes, looked at the location, it didn't click, and then when I was going back to look at the notes to see what was going on more, I clicked on the screen that had the caller name and I saw the caller name. So then I knew it was Kevin's house and his wife, and I knew the crew going would be affected, and I texted the battalion chief and said, hey, I saw the call, I can come in early to get people out of there. They were going through it.
Did you ultimately learn that Marcy West had passed?
Yes.
Without going into specifically why, did you have concerns that the death may not have been natural?
Yes,
And did you report that information?
I did.
To whom?
I came in to talk to the sheriff, and they stopped me and redirected me to the ME's office.
Did you then go to the medical examiner's
did.
office? Is that a yes?
Yes,
And did you convey to them your concerns?
I did.
And did you originally ask to remain anonymous?
I did,
And why was that?
because I was scared.
Why were you scared?
Objection, roll of the spitting.
I have no further questions.
Cross-examination?
You know Casey Jones?
I do.
You friends with her?
I work with her.
That's all I have, thank you.
Were you direct?
No, you're,
Can the witness be excused?
yes.
I hate how Court TV pops these ads up. All right. Oh yeah, this is the text messages, and then I think after this we could even do closing. But
This was a report exported from the
this is the detective, and he's going to read their texts.
extraction of Mr. West's phone related to communication between Kevin and Paul Person from December 2023 through January 6, 2024.
And does this report either refute or does it support or refute some of your
Sorry,
theories?
counsel, it's not appropriate to ask a witness to make argument for you. You could have him identify the document, have it put in, and then the jury will decide what weight, if any, to give it.
Seeking to admit 180.
No, 180 is admitted.
Now, in looking at 180, on page 11, will you please read starting at this message through the message on page 13?
So on January 3rd, 2024 at 3:52 p.m. local, Paul Person messaged both listings.
So Paul Person is Cynthia's brother-in-law. So Cynthia's sister is married to Paul Person, and Paul is out there looking at the commune, whatever listings where they're going to all live with Cynthia's family.
One 6.79 acres, the other 6.73. Do you have a reference to it? And there was, the report indicated this message was deleted the same day, January 3rd, 2024.
No.
Kevin replied, I really like the look. He has more trees than Google shows. Kevin messaged, I'm excited about it. Paul replied, me too. They countered really weird, split contracts. One was interest only. So we rejected and resubmitted with financing through Freedom Northwest Credit Union just about an hour ago or so. No owner carry. Kevin replied, I have a question. Would you be willing to carry a contract for us if we decided we wanted it, but wait till we figure out our crap? Kevin said, crazy. I'm glad you countered.
And then what was Paul's response to Kevin?
Paul message, we still have a feasibility period too, so not locked in for 10 days if accepted. I'll carry the note until things are figured out. Paul message, don't want any side contracts being discovered for either of you two.
Did Kevin respond?
He did.
What did he say?
That's amazing. We have been talking about the property, and if we can't go Saturday, we will go look soon.
And directing your attention to page 21 of Exhibit 180, will you read the two messages from Kevin and what the dates they were?
So in a message from Kevin to Paul on January 3rd, 2024 at 4:12 p.m. local, he says, we are getting much closer to resolving everything. A second message reads from Kevin on both sides.
Again, if you are too important a person to have a silenced electronic device, you will have to leave the courtroom. If your device goes off again, it will be confiscated.
Page 30 of Exhibit 180. Will you please read the messages here and here that Kevin West sent?
January 3rd, 2024 at 4:20 p.m. local. Kevin messaged Paul, I'm moving out on Monday. A second message read from Kevin to Paul, papers done Tuesday.
And now what date were these sent?
Both of those were sent January 3rd, 2024.
You know what, Tennis, this is actually, I didn't actually have to do much on this because Court TV and Law and Order have them all broken up. I'm like, this is the new way to watch trials. And you just, it's got all the sidebars and everything out of it. It's nice. Now, the video we did last night, that was a long one, but this is nice.
So what date would have been Monday?
January 8th.
And when were these messages deleted?
Both were deleted on January 3rd, 2024 at approximately 6:56 p.m.
I love it when people delete their texts and they think, yeah, no one will ever see it. So, I mean, this is just days before Marcy is murdered and he's buying land with Cynthia's family.
And did Kevin say anything else on page 31 top?
He did. January 3rd, 2024 at 4:21 p.m. local. I know where I sit, or I will know where I sit.
Page 32, message at the bottom. Going back. Can you actually just read these messages exchanged on 31 through the bottom of 32, please?
So on January 3rd, 2024 at 4:21 p.m. local, Paul had replied, they need it. 4 years ago, we were in Goldendale looking at property with Cynthia and Tanya, and I asked Cynthia if she was going to be able to afford the property once Johnny was out of the picture. She looked at me and scoffed and said she could never imagine a future without him. And that was after about a year of just bad fighting between them. Kevin replied, but I don't care. I will find the best option. Paul replied, good for you. Divorce sucks, but staying in a dead relationship is worse.
Did Kevin reply to that divorce sucks message?
He did.
What did he say?
Kevin replied, for sure. And in a second message, Cynthia and I are solid and we have an amazing future together. I can't wait to add to my family and start over. Legal crap will be over in June.
Wait, that's weird. Why did he say legal crap would be over in June? I thought Megan was getting married in July and they wanted to be together for her wedding. Maybe I missed that.
And on page 33, those two messages
From Kevin.
from Kevin.
January 3rd, 2024 at 4:23 p.m. local. Kevin messages Paul, Washington law crap. And the second message from Kevin to Paul, cool off period of 6 months.
Page 35 of Exhibit 180. Can you please read the two messages that Mr. West sent?
January 3rd, 2024 starting at 4:27 p.m. local. Kevin messaged Paul, I totally get what you're saying though. Cynthia and I are solid. I have so much time in a bad situation, and knowing her and having confidence in us is something only we know. Can't explain, just know. The second message from Kevin to Paul, we both have faith and we communicate so well, so much value in having so much in common and equal faith, beliefs, interests, and everything else. We both feel very lucky.
They have so much in common. Okay. That means they like to have sex and they have the same faith. She had a big gold cross necklace on, Cynthia did yesterday. So nothing like getting tight with Jesus and having some adulterous relationship.
And were all of those messages subsequently deleted?
They were.
And their deletion dates is reflected in their report.
That's correct.
Did you locate communications between Mr. West and his mother, Lorna Wollenweber?
Yes, I did.
Who is Lorna Wollenweber?
Lorna is Kevin's mother.
Case plays in the dirt. I love that name.
Showing opposing counsel has been pre-marked for identification purposes as 178.
It's a small courtroom.
Approaching the witness with the same.
Now, Detective Telson, do you recognize 178?
Yes, I do.
And is 178 a Celebrite report that would have been extracted, placed on the USB from 87 by Detective Fields to you in the course of your investigation?
Yes.
Does it contain conversations between Mr. West and his mother
It does.
in which he is responding
Yes,
or messaging?
that's correct.
Move to admit 178.
Okay. 178 admitted.
On page 134, or a page that's labeled 134 of 178, would you please read the messages starting in the middle?
So on September 7th, 2023 at 8:02 p.m. local, Kevin messaged Lorna, "Mom, you two are so great. I dream of the day I can take the same photo with someone I love."
This not so much Charlie and Donna vibes. Ugh, so disgusting. Patricia says, don't they ask for permission to approach the stand? And they might, it could be edited out, but this just seems like a very different way the courtroom flows. I mean, the prosecutor is like right on that witness.
Now, on page 136, will you please read, starting the middle? Just that message.
September 7th, 2023 at 8:11 p.m. local, Kevin messaged Lorna, "I think you know who I'm going to be in a photo with soon. I can't wait to send you a pic."
Wow.
And on 170, what does it say there and what do you see?
So on October 7th, 2023, Kevin had messaged Lorna, "We love you, cheers." And then there was also an attachment of an image that depicts Kevin and Cynthia Ward.
And did you speak to both of these individuals in person at some point during the course of your investigation?
I did.
And so the photograph reflects Kevin and Cynthia to your knowledge.
That's correct.
What's labeled as page 176 of exhibit 178. Would you please read that page for us that indicates Kevin's responses and messages?
So beginning on October 8th, 2023, around 8:23 p.m. local.
Oh, you know what? We're not doing closings after this. We haven't even seen Kevin on the stand. But I really wanted to get through this today, but I don't think we will because there's Carl tonight and football and all the things, but that's all right.
Kevin messaged Lorna, "What are your plans this upcoming weekend? Would you be okay if Cynthia and I came down? It's a fluid situation, but we might be able to. If you're not up to it, I understand." Lorna replied, "Yes, absolutely. We'd love to have you both, and you don't need to bring the trailer. I'll reserve the Sandy Toes room for you two. It'll be open for any day/week." And in response to Lorna's message, Kevin loved that message.
And the message that he sends at the top of what's labeled as page 190.
October 13th, 2023 at 3:52 p.m. Kevin messaged Lorna, I can't tell you what it means to me to have you guys support me and us.
It's true. We do need something to do tomorrow because like iced in here. So I'm trying to figure out what Sandy Toes is. I mean, it sounds like the name of a room or, did the mom live near a beach and like they called the guest room the Sandy Toes, or was it the RV or something? But how disgusting. This is 3 months prior to Kevin killing her. And his mom is like, yeah, I'll get the guest room ready for you and your paramour. This is stuff my ex-mother-in-law would have done.
And on page 192, is there a message sent from Lorna that Kevin responds to?
There is.
Would you please read starting at the middle of page 192 through 194, top of that page?
On October 15th, 2023 at 1:19 p.m. local, Lorna messaged Kevin, hey, a big thank you for the whiskey, tequila, and lovely bottle of wine. Meant to thank you both. We really enjoyed our time together and getting to know your sweet girl. Enjoy your day. Love you. Kevin replied, Mom and Bill, thank you so much for having us this weekend. You don't know how much that meant to us. She felt so loved, welcomed, and accepted.
I'm sorry.
Kevin messaged October 15th, 2023 at 5:40 p.m. I'm forever grateful for you both. He messaged, great days ahead. And Lorna replied, feelings are mutual and we loved every moment with you guys. She's an easy, sweet girl to love, an instant connection. You know what meant a lot to me personally? For me, I mean, aside from the fact she really loves my boy, she came over to me this morning, took my hand, and said she just wanted to be close to me. Then she asked me if there was anything she could do for me. I wanted to hug her forever. My own daughter has never said that to me. I feel I've given a lot, but I've never felt loved back in that way, not like that. Don't get me wrong, as I know I'm loved by Sis, but there's been this empty spot in my heart, so it touched me deeply. Just to sincerely say that to me meant a lot. I loved her instantly when you came to the door. Now I love her deeply. If a mama could ever choose a girl for her son, if I may, she would be a sweet girl named Cynthia.
God. Wow. What? Cynthia picks her hand up and says how much she loves her. This is bizarre.
Does he reply to that?
He does. Kevin messaged back, Mom, that message was so amazing. I told Cynthia what you said, and she wants me to tell you that she loves you both. I can't thank you both enough. I'm one happy guy. I know it's hard to believe, but we are kind of crazy about each other.
Yeah, Tear Dad's got it spot on. That's an empty void in her heart, all right. It's the absence of a soul. Well said. Yeah.
And is there a message on page 204 that Mr. West sends to his mom?
There's.
And what is that message?
On October 20th, 2023 at 9:55 a.m. local, Kevin messages Lorna, I wanted to tell you that Cynthia and I are going to Reno in November. We will have 4 nights, meet her mom and dad. We leave the Friday before Thanksgiving.
Wow. Remember yesterday when Cynthia testified, they asked if they'd ever been out of town. And it was like, once they went to the beach for a day and then once they went to something river. And they were like, that's it. That's it. And now we're hearing all these different things. They went to Reno and Sandy Toes. Yes, all before the murder. Like 3 months before. This is October. She was murdered in January.
Page 215. Is there a message sent from Lorna or Mom that Mr. West responds to?
There is.
Would you please?
I don't know if Mom was in the courtroom because she was a witness. I don't know if she was still, whatever, sequestered. That's what they call it. But I don't even think the mom was there for the verdict.
Please read starting at the middle of that page.
So on October 28th, 2023 at 10:09 p.m. local, Lorna messaged Kevin, we miss you and my adopted daughter. Yep. I told her I started the paperwork. When do you want to make another booking at the inn? No pressure, but hope it's sometime soon. Kevin replied, I love that, Mom. We would love to plan another trip. I love that you guys are texting and getting to know each other.
Oh,
Adoption papers won't be necessary because I'm going to marry that incredibly beautiful woman. However, if adoption papers are what you want, so be it.
oh my God.
Page 246 of 178.
There was a message November 22nd, 2023 at 8:44 p.m. local from Kevin to Lorna. Cynthia is my everything and our future is close.
It makes you think of Jeff Lacoste. I know, y'all, I'm going to always bring it right back to that case. And he's like, it's like the drums are beating, like we're approaching something. That's how this is feeling.
And does Lorna send a message in which Kevin replies to?
She does.
What is that?
Lorna replied, yes, it is, and you hold tight to that beautiful promise. I love you.
What does he say in response?
Kevin replied, I will with all I have.
It's labeled as 251 of 178, starting in the middle.
In a message on November 25th, 2023 at 11:15 a.m. local, Kevin sent Lorna, today is a tough day for Cynthia. She finally laid it down for John and he gets it now. He will be moving out soon. I'm very excited because when I move out, I will be able to see.
Oh, hell. So Cynthia is still married too. I mean, I knew she was married when they started this, but wow, man.
See her more.
Blue River. Cynthia's tuna gets beat.
And
Drum.
does he send a message on 263 to Lorna?
Yes.
And then he responds to her message.
Yes.
Okay, would you please read starting at page 263 through the top of 264, please?
In a message on December 8th, 2023 at 1:50 p.m. local, Kevin messaged Lorna, my appointment went really well. She relieved a lot of my anxieties and told me to allow her to shoulder my load. I gave her $1,000 to retain her. I'm sending her bank documents and all the other fun stuff, and she will put together something for me in a few weeks. I'm on my way and kind of emotional about it. Happy tears, you know. I want to call, but it would be too much for me right now. I'm gathering myself and preparing myself. I have so much support around me, you and Cynthia being my greatest champions. She has been amazing and so supportive, helping me along the way, especially today. She has had a very difficult week, and finally, today I get to see her. I'm so emotional about having this evening with her. We are going to celebrate the start of us tonight. Mom, I can hardly write this with all the tears. It has been so hard, and I don't know what I could do without her. We literally found each other for this very reason. We both couldn't have done this without each other.
Y'all, I cannot. What son writes that to his mom? I mean, much like, it's like, does he have ChatGPT texting for him? This is wild. I have happy tears. And how about you retained a divorce attorney for $1,000? Somebody was in the chat earlier, and I'm sorry, I don't remember the name. Was it Elizabeth? And she said that she lives in this area, and there's not a lot of people with money. And then she said it's kind of like the banjo's playing, the dogs are barking. Sorry. So maybe that's why it's cheap to get a divorce. Wow. Okay, let's see what mom replies.
Lorna replied, "Aw, sweetheart, this is and will be one of the hardest things you'll go through in your life. It's really difficult ending a long-time relationship, even when it's your choice. It's also a time of new beginnings, and that's emotional as well. You have a lot going on. Be good to yourself, take a deep breath, and know all is well. I'm proud of you and so happy you have such a wonderful and beautiful person in Cynthia by your side. Much love and support to you, please know. I'm so glad you have good counsel and have a path forward. Enjoy your evening, XO." Kevin replied, "Thanks, Mom. I love you tons."
Now lastly with 178. will you please, does he send messages to his mom on page 179?
Page 279.
279, thank
Yes, yes, he does.
you. And will you please read those for us?
So on December 26, 2023 at 6:52 p.m. local, Kevin messaged his mother, "This is from Cynthia and she needs you to text her so she can text you." The next message, also from Kevin to his mother, Cynthia says, "Thank you for the gift. I love you for everything. Your gift was very special. Thank you so much. I love you."
Oh my God. People.
Does the report indicate that these messages have been deleted?
Is this kind of like little Chris Corbett Jr. of Washington?
Yes, it does, and the vast majority were deleted.
And when were they deleted?
Yeah.
What date?
January 26, 2024.
Oh, oh, snap. They deleted those texts after the murder. So she was January 8th. And what did he say? 26, 18, 2.5 weeks later. They don't do notebooks in Washington. They just do one of those big clips. But she tabbed it. The girl was organized. Oh, 2024. Wait, no, 2024 was when she was killed, right? Yeah. Wow. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Tear Dad says that's his interview with the cops. Yeah, we gotta do that one too.
Did you locate communications between Mr. West and a contact information named Oma Ward?
Yes, I did.
Who is Oma Ward?
Oma Ward is Waltrude Ward.
Is she related to Miss Cynthia Ward?
Waltrude is Cynthia's mother.
Did you generate a report from the Cellbrite of that interaction between Kevin West and Oma Ward?
Yes, I did.
Does it reflect, without divulging the contents, does it reflect a conversation in which Kevin West is texting and responding to Oma Ward?
Yes, it does.
Showing you what's been pre-marked for identification purposes as 181. Council.
Look at Kevin sitting there. Too full tight. It was January 8th that she died. January 8th, 2024. So then the cop came to the house. Thank you so much, your dad. We did an interview with him because they're like,
Approaching the witness with what's a pre-marked for identification purposes as 181. Again, without divulging the contents, do you recognize that document?
Yes, I do.
And is this the Cellbrite extraction of the communications between Oma Ward and Mr. West that was pulled from the extraction that was pulled from Exhibit 87?
Yes.
Move to admit, states 181, Your Honor.
Okay. 181 for the minute.
Starting on page 2, will you please read the messages that Mr. West sends?
So So on December 20th, 2023 at 1:24 p.m. local, there was a message from Kevin to Oma Ward or Waltrud Ward. Things are tough and great at the same time. I so love your beautiful daughter, and we will never let anything come between us.
Oh.
The next message also from Kevin to Waltrud. Love you and thank you for being so amazing.
50-year-old man.
And on page 6 of the report at the top, is there a message that Mr. West sends on the ward?
Yes, there is.
What is that? Can you please read that message?
And a message on December 24th, 2023 at 8:48 a.m. local. Kevin had messaged Waltrud, Miami Dolphins are playing your Cowboys today. I'm sorry, I'm hoping the Dolphins win. Cynthia says the Dolphins need to go to the Super Bowl before she will marry me.
And page 8 top.
December 24th, 2023 at 4:40 p.m. Kevin had messaged Waltrud, Dolphins knew how bad I want to marry Cynthia.
And page 9, is there a message that Mr. West sends to Oma Ward, starting on page 9 in the middle? And then does she send a message that he then responds to in some fashion?
Yes.
Will you please read, starting at the beginning of page, or middle of page 9 through top of page 10?
January 3rd, 2024 at 2:08 p.m. local. Kevin messages Oma Ward, Guten Tag, Mom. I hope you're having the most wonderful day. Cynthia and I are doing great and recently have been able to have her with me. I can't help myself from telling you how much I love your daughter. I'm the happiest I've ever been, and when we are together, we always have the most amazing time making very special memories out of anything we do. I'm meeting my attorney on the 9th, and I will have options to decide from, and I'm very excited. I will also be moving out on the 8th. Next week will be a big week for Cynthia and I to celebrate. I love you. Waltrud replied, it's so nice to hear from you. I know so much is going on up there, but you have a little more news. I was very happy for you. Love and miss you, 1. And in reply to that last message from Waltrud, Kevin loved that message.
Just on page 11, are there messages that Kevin sends to Oma Ward?
There are.
And would you please read, and then are there messages that she sends that he replies to?
Yes, there are.
Would you please read, starting at the middle of the page 11, indicate to us what date that is, and then through page 13, and indicate at the end what date that the content of this conversation is.
So beginning on January 7th, 2024 at 4:35 p.m., Kevin messaged Waltrud, just felt the need to send you a message. Today has been a tough day. I keep thinking about how happy I was yesterday and how we laughed. I want you to know how spiritually connected Cynthia and I are. We have something so incredibly special. Yesterday, talking with you, her, and I together felt so great. I can't explain the familiarity and love I have for both of you. You are my family, and I feel like we always have been. Thank you for your love and support. I will never be able to express how much that means to me. I love Cynthia to tears and will always give her my all. Love you, Mom.
Oh my God. So Kevin's calling Cynthia's mom. Beachcomber, welcome. You said amazing that the offspring of 2 messed up mothers met each other. It is true. Wow. I have already seen this interview, but I was probably like kind of dozing off at night when I was listening to it. Wow.
The next message also from Kevin to Waltrud. Please know how strong we are and that nothing will ever come between us. Kevin messages Waltrud, I love you so much. The next message from Kevin to Waltrud, I'm leaning on you today because I feel so close to you. Cynthia has shared your struggles through life, and I know how strong you are. I don't want to worry my mom, and I need you. I miss Cynthia so much, even though we are so close to being together. Today is hard because I miss her so much. I absolutely ache for her, wishing tomorrow would come. I'm so sorry for leaning on you, but you are someone I so trust and love. Waltrud replied, 1, I'm sitting here reading your text, and I wish I could put in words what I feel in return. I know how you feel, but think what you have to look forward to. I'm happy you're both young to have an amazing life together.
I mean, my mom would have texted and be like, let me tell you something, you crazy MFer. I don't know what you hoe bags are doing. I'm telling you right now, that's what they would have done. Yeah, Patricia Burns said, weird family. They're causing acid reflux in my mouth. Kristen, I need to take my omeprazole heartburn meds. Yeah, I just took my, this is the Costco brand of whatever Pepcid is. I've taken omeprazole in the morning and Pepcid at night. This is disgusting.
Hold each other. Don't let go. You will have down days, but after darkness will always be light. I love you more than I can say. I can't explain. I trust you. Love, Mom. Kevin replies, thank you so much. I know other men have promised Cynthia a future. I promise I'm a good man and will.
Yes, my mom would probably say hoe bags. And yeah, we're in a major like ice freeze here in Nashville. And it's going to be like 9 degrees tonight. So all this wet rain that we've had, it's going to really, they said inches of ice on the roads. I'm very lucky I have power. But yeah, when my ex-husband cheated on me, my parents would be like, he's thinking with the wrong dick. I said, I think you mean the wrong head. They're like, oh yeah.
Always love and cherish your daughter. When you say after darkness there will be light, that gives me so much strength. Thank you for your trust and love because it means so much. I love you, Mom. 1111. The next message from Kevin to Waltrude. I will never let go. The next message from Kevin to Waltrude, which is dated January 8, 2024 at 5:22 p.m. local. Cynthia told me you're aware of Marcy's death.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cynthia told me you're aware of Marcy's death. So text his soon-to-be mother-in-law the same day.
This morning and how hard it has hit my kids. I want you to know that I'm okay and have my mom here and soon my dad. My daughter has her friends over and I hear laughter. Ted is sucked up tight to my mom and I was talking with Cynthia. Thank you for your prayers and thank you for your love. I love you, Mom.
I mean,
And
it's
when
not
was that message delivered?
get you.
That message was delivered January 8, 2024 at 5:22 p.m. local.
Oh, Elizabeth, thank you. It was Elizabeth who shared that about the area. It's kind of, there's just not a lot of money. She says, that was me. I actually live basically on Portland, which is about half an hour across the border. They have a severe drug problem there as well. Thank you.
Are there messages that Elmo Ward sends to Mr. West on page 15 in which he responds to through page 16?
Yes, there's a message from Waltrude that Kevin replies to.
Will you please read starting middle of page 15 through the end of page 16?
On January 8, 2024 at 5:58 p.m., Waltrude messaged Kevin, I will give you a little time. Hope your kids are okay. Love you. In response to that message, Kevin loved that message. And then Kevin replied, kids are struggling, but they're surrounded. My friends and family. Kevin said, I love you too so much. There's another message that was blank from Kevin to Waltrude. And then after that, another message from Kevin to Waltrude. I don't need more time because your text messages warm my heart.
Is there a message that Mr. West sends Elmo Ward on page 18 that he, and then she responds, and then he responds to that on page 19?
Yes.
Will you please read starting at the top of page 18 through the top of page 19?
January 9th, 2024 at 9:16 a.m. local. Kevin messages Waltrude, I love you, Mom. Kevin messages, thinking about you and want you to know how incredibly close I feel to you. Thank you for accepting me into your life and supporting Cynthia and I right from the start. I'm so deeply in love with her and will always give her my very best. She will always feel loved and feel safe and secure. I'm so grateful to be a part of your family. I love you. 1. Waltrude replies, I don't know what to say. You are so special to me when you love someone like you love her. There's nothing greater. Very few people have that experience in their lives. I'm so happy for her. Please hold on to each other. Love you so very much, Mom.
What's the one that keeps getting, is that a typo or is that some code language?
In response to that message, Kevin loved it.
And on page 21, does Mr. West send a message to Ward?
Yes.
Will you please read that message, date and time, and when it was sent?
The message was sent on January 11, 2024 at 2:33 p.m. local from Kevin DeWaltrud. I'm headed down to see Cynthia here in just a couple. I'm taking my sister so they can finally meet.
Wow.
Page 24, are there messages that Mr. West sends that to Ward?
Yes.
Would you please read, starting at the bottom of page 24 to the top of page 25?
January 19, 2024, in a message from, at 5:01 p.m. local. Kevin messaged Waltrud, just wanted to say hi, I love you, so in love with your daughter, just want you to know we are better than okay.
Yeah.
And then a second message from Kevin to Waltrud, January 19th, 2024, 5:01 p.m. local. We are great.
And now, with looking at page 181, to your knowledge, are some of the messages deleted?
They are.
And what date would the majority of them have been deleted?
January 3rd, 2024.
Are there other deletion dates in here?
There are.
This is, I found the coworker one. Sorry, y'all can probably hear my brother and husband are chumming. So anyway, it's good. I can YouTube all night. Wait, this is it.
Now that you're seated, please state your name in full and spell your last name for the court's record.
My name is Casey Jones, Jones.
Go ahead, ma'am.
What is your occupation? I am a senior administrative support assistant at the Kansas Washington Fire Department.
Okay, Casey Jones is the one when the blonde lady was on the stand who worked at the fire department, the one who put the tip in. Oh my God, that didn't sound good. The who called the police and was like, I think something's weird. That sounded really bad. And at the end they said, do you know Casey Jones? So this lady also thought something was strange.
And how long have you been with the Kansas Washington Fire Department?
8 years and 1 month.
And was it always in that same role?
Yes.
Okay. What are your duties and responsibilities as the senior administrative support assistant?
I administratively manage the fire department, including finances, and the data analyst, records custodian, and assorted support roles.
Okay. And do you work closely with the firefighters?
I do. When I'm in office, they are typically in-house as well.
Okay. And what station are you actually physically located?
Station 42.
And which of the stations was that?
That is the, I think, easternmost Camas station.
And when you're interacting with the firefighters, are you somebody that the employees of the fire department regularly confide in?
I am.
So kind of like the office therapist.
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you know Kevin West?
I do.
And was there a portion of time that he was assigned to Station 42?
Yes.
And how did that come to be?
When Kevin was promoted to battalion chief, he was temporarily assigned to the role of administrative battalion chief.
And what is the administrative battalion chief?
The administrative battalion chief worked 4 10-hour days and handled some higher level. We didn't have a training officer at the time, so this person would handle training and some ancillary things like we put together an in-house academy, and so working on the organization and things like that.
Okay. And when was he promoted to the administrative battalion chief?
Shortly after his promotion to battalion chief, so that would have been, I think, early 2020.
Okay. And So how often would you and Kevin West have been at Station 42 at the same time?
4 days a week at a minimum.
And would he sometimes pick up overtime shifts?
Yes, the administrative battalion chief was also permitted to work line overtime, so sometimes overnights, sometimes additional days.
So would it be fair to say that you had frequent contact with Kevin West while he was in that assignment?
Yes.
And when did that assignment end for Mr. West?
It's a 9-month assignment, so sometime in late 2020.
Was that the time that you got to know him best?
Yes.
And how was your relationship with him in the beginning of his time?
Pretty normal, much like most of the relationships in the department. His coworker. He was very well liked.
And were the two of you friendly?
Yes.
Would he talk to you about his personal life?
Yes,
And as time went on, did you try to distance yourself personally from Mr. West?
I did. Yes.
When Kevin was at Station 42 with you during the time that you were more friendly with one another, did he ever talk with you about your relationship with Marcy, or with his relationship with Marcy?
Yes.
And what would he say?
Kevin described a very unhappy marriage with a lack of intimacy, frequent conflicts over finances, disputes over parenting their children. He very much wanted to end the marriage.
Was that a frequent topic of conversation?
Yes.
And did the two of you ever discuss what the details of a divorce would look like for him?
Yes.
Can you describe that conversation?
There was a specific instance where Kevin had come to work and he was highly agitated. Kevin and Marcy were having a disagreement over how much to pay for a car for their daughter. Kevin had stated that he was just ready to be done. He wanted to seek a divorce at that time. He was afraid of the finances. He was concerned about his retirement being accessed by Marcy. And so I suggested that we should.
Objections, non-responsive, it's hearsay.
I suggested that we should complete a worksheet that could estimate what alimony might look like so he could financially plan around that.
Was he concerned that he was going to have to pay Marcy alimony?
Absolutely.
Okay. And so how did the conversation go as you completed that worksheet?
The worksheet was very straightforward. It asked for both spouses' annual income, the state of residence, and the length of the marriage. The worksheet results returned.
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
Sorry, it's a worksheet completed and handed to her by Mr. West.
Yes,
Done online.
the two of them did it together.
I overrule the objection.
The worksheet estimated a monthly.
Objection, Your Honor, it's hearsay.
I overruled that objection, counsel.
The worksheet estimated a monthly alimony payment of $4,500, and it estimated that alimony payment would be in effect permanently because the marriage had lasted more than 20 years. And in the state of Washington, apparently, that's a possibility.
Okay. So when he discovered that he was potentially going to be paying a substantial amount of alimony indefinitely, what did he do?
Kevin appeared to be in shock, for lack of a better term. He stared at it for a while. He became very upset. I suggested that he should speak to an attorney because this is just an online worksheet and it wasn't proof of anything, and that he should speak to a professional who could probably give him better advice. He left my office, and about 30 minutes later, he returned to my office in street clothes and said that he was overwhelmed and going home for the day.
Was that prior to the end of his shift?
Yes.
And this would have been around 2020?
Yes.
During the time that you've known Kevin West, has he ever had anything positive to say about his marriage?
No.
Has he ever had anything positive to say about his wife, Marcy?
No.
What were his complaints about Marcy?
He complained that Marcy was not social, He complained that Marcy did not like intimacy with him. He complained that their parenting styles were very different. So he complained that he felt that she spent too much money and did not work enough to help support the family.
And you talked about her not being social. Was there ever a time where you overheard a conversation between Kevin and Marcy?
Yes.
And was that within regards to a social event?
Yes.
Can you describe that conversation?
In BC 42, which is the vehicle that the administrative battalion chief is assigned to drive. I can't remember exactly where we were coming from, but on Lake Road, headed towards Station 42, Kevin was having a phone conversation with Marcy. Kevin's cell phone is typically on a very high volume because he was particularly hard of hearing, and I could hear both parts of their conversation. Kevin was telling Marcy that he was going to go to a get-together, a small work get-together at Tuesday Pizza, and that spouses were not invited and not going to go, and she didn't have to worry about going.
Was that accurate?
No.
What was the state of that social event?
There was a small gathering. Several people brought their spouses, and at that gathering, Kevin was asked where Marcy was, and he said, she doesn't come to these.
Wow.
Now,
He reminds me of Wendy.
in the year or so leading up to Marcy's death, did you continue to hear him talk about the problems they were having in their relationship?
Yes.
Did you continue to hear him talk about divorce?
Yes.
Did you continue to hear him talk about financial strain they were having?
Yes.
And after Marcy's death, was a GoFundMe set up at the fire department to help him with those expenses?
The fire department did not set up the GoFundMe. The local
Objection,
ISFF
Your
team.
Honor, Foundation.
On the day of Marcy's death, did you have contact with Kevin West?
Yes.
And how did that come about?
The department established a food and meal train, and the crew that was on shift that day made dinner we made dinner as a team, and I delivered it after my shift to his home.
Approximately what time did you head over to West residence?
I typically leave work at 4, so it would have been after 4.
And where did you first see Kevin?
In the garage.
Was the garage door open or closed?
I believe it was open when I got there.
And he was in the garage. Was he with anyone else?
Not when I arrived.
Did you ever go into any other part of the house?
No.
And had you alerted him that you were coming?
Yes.
And what did you bring?
A lasagna and some garlic bread and a salad, I believe.
Can you please describe your interaction in the garage on the evening of the 8th?
Objection, vague question calls for narrative response.
Kevin appeared very enthusiastic to me. He seemed very happy. He was unquestionably happier than I had almost ever seen him. He took me on a tour of his garage bar. He demonstrated to me a bottle opener made out of a deer's hind end. There were moments that Kevin covered his face and pretended to cry, but he would very quickly shift back to just a very enthusiastic disposition.
And when you say he was pretending to cry, why do you feel he was pretending?
I have seen Kevin cry, and that was not what this was. And of course, there were never tears. There was also an amount of theatrics in covering his face as he pretended to, and then just kind of sitting up and dropping his hands and snapping out of them.
Did the two of you discuss anything else in the garage? Did he talk at all about Marcy?
He said that it wasn't how he thought something like that would be. He said there was no pop. She had a headache and went to bed, and he just woke up to what happened.
Okay. And
What does that mean? There's no pop? Like her neck? What's he talking about?
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Cross examine.
So, Ms. Jones, you're the kind of the clearinghouse for information about different employees around the fire station, right?
Yes.
Office gossip, if you will.
Yes.
In fact, you shared with all the other coworkers by email a thing called the PC affidavit, didn't you?
Not all of the other coworkers.
Not a lot of them.
No, not a lot of them. No.
You emailed to various employees the PC affidavit.
Fewer than 5. Less than 10% of my staff.
She sent the probable cause affidavit to the staff. Yeah, I would be too. I mean, if a coworker got arrested, I'd be like, check this out.
And you thought that Kevin worked very little and was very handsomely paid for that, didn't you?
I did.
Say yes?
Yes.
He made your job hard because he had a hard time doing the payroll, working the payroll software, isn't that right?
Yeah.
You saying he didn't have any trouble with it?
He had trouble with the scheduling software.
Okay. Oh, scheduling software. Okay. Well, forgive me. And that made your job harder, didn't it?
It didn't make my job harder, no. It delayed the implementation of the software, which was very expensive for the organization.
Okay. So it caused inconvenience for the organization and for you.
For the organization, not for me personally.
That's true, true crime wifey. That's what I'd do. I would send it to my personal Gmail and then forward it. But yeah, Kristen, yeah, keep everyone in the loop in case we all need to testify. I mean, yeah. Oh my God, that's great.
When you went to the house on the 8th, that was in the evening, correct?
Late afternoon, I would say.
How much time did you spend with him?
Less than 30 minutes, probably less than 20 minutes.
So you hadn't seen him earlier that day?
No.
You didn't see him later than that day? Okay, who else was in the house?
He said family was in the house. His mother briefly came out and introduced herself.
And so you're saying that when he saw you, he was happy to see you, he was smiling?
Yes.
You said that he said what happened was unexpected because there was no pop. He's referring to no pop. She didn't report a pop in her head, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and he would have expected that based upon what he knew at that moment.
I can't speak to what he knew at that moment.
Oh, you can't speculate as to what he thought or how he felt.
What he knew at that moment?
That's all I have.
Redirect.
Yeah.
Okay, JJ Ferris would like me to ask this, and I'd like for y'all to reply. What do y'all think? Do you think the mom, Lorna or whatever, Lori, knows that Kevin killed Marcy? So y'all need to tell us. Ooh, and True Crime Wifey, I'm making an oat flour chocolate chip muffin, so I'm mostly listening. It's my own recipe. Okay, send it, please. That sounds really good. Oat flour chocolate chip muffins. Gosh, I'm hungry. So I'm thinking, since we're all going to be iced and snowed in and all this stuff tomorrow, oof, I'm just hoping I have power. But I think tomorrow we'll do Kevin's body cam footage, not his, but when they we saw it when the EMTs came, but then when they come back to his house to get Marcy's phone, and we have to watch him testify. And I think there's another guy that said it was suspicious too. It's just a few minutes. So, because I've been in here almost 3 hours, and I'm going to tell y'all, like, that last night was like just a lot for me. I'm really good at like 2 hours. So I don't know how people do lives like all the time. Really hard. So I'll be home tomorrow, and I hope everybody stays okay and is safe. And I'm going to go eat dinner and hang out And try not to cheat and watch all this stuff. No, it's a really good one. And it's one to watch. And does anybody know? Oh, wait, let's see what the chat said. Did y'all answer the question? We need to know. Do you think the mom knows? I need people to answer. Let's see. All right. True Crime Wifey says Kevin's mom knows he killed Marcy. She's proud of him. Truth Seeker. I think mom knows. If not from telling her, she knows it in her gut. Yep. Primetime KCL. I hadn't thought of it, but it wouldn't surprise me if he told his mother of his plan to off his wife. Yeah. A lot of y'all are comparing these people to the Chad Daybell family, and I did not watch all that. John Smith says yes. Kristen H says yes. Yeah, I think she knows too. Patricia Burns says it didn't matter if she knew beforehand or not. She didn't care either way as long as she was no longer making umbilical cord boy unhappy. Yeah, that's the truth. Thank Blanche. I used to love Golden Girls. But yeah, it's a good trial, isn't it? Like, it's just a good one. And it's not that au pair thing. I was about to pull my hair out and I thought I was the only one. And then I start realizing a lot of other people are. So good night, everybody. And appreciate y'all. And I don't know when I'll do this tomorrow. I'm going to see how everything goes here with weather, but stay warm, stay safe. Good night.
The state isn't going to decide to arrest me. Oh my God, I can't believe this.
I believe that the truth has a way of coming out.
Okay, so we think like he's not waking up. Like, is that?
There is enough circumstantial evidence there to infer that Wendy took affirmative steps to help further the conspiracy.